Nice and easy. We're done with that though.
Isn't the jump rope?
Yeah. Whenever I skip rope, I can't use these wireless headphones. They fall right out of my ears. So of course, it would be helpful if I could get the rope itself not to fall out of my hands. Finish my protein shake, then we'll hit this. New name, who this? Yes, sir. For those of you who don't know me, my name is BullMuscle. For those of you who know me as Beer Battered Ag, yes, I'm going through a rebrand. This seems like a pretty good time to talk about that, so let's go ahead and talk about it. I'm a die-hard Aggie.
The eyes of Texas are upon you. That is the song they sing so well. Sounds like hell! So goodbye to Texas University. We're gonna beat you all to chigga-roo-ga-rim, rock tough, real stuff, Texas A&M. Goodbye.
We get a little bit more all. So why can't I click all? Oh, yeah, there it goes. Nice. Alright, let's do one more bronze bar. If you adopt the mindset, and this is a quote from Jacob Fisker of Early Retirement Extreme, if you know that guy, 10 points to you. But it's a quote that I find unbelievably poignant in today's era. Spending money represents a failure to solve one's problems by smarter means. I'm gonna repeat that. Spending money represents a failure to solve one's problems by smarter means. That's painful. But yes, my friends, pure protein, as theirs makes no difference from raw egg whites. It's disgusting, the taste is vile, and it smells, but 100, yeah, my poor roommate has to deal with the farts that come from this, and as you might imagine, they're not pleasant. But let me go ahead and knock this bad boy down. Oh, that's vile. Yep, nice and easy. We're done with that though.
Isn't the jump rope?
Yeah. Whenever I skip rope, I can't use these wireless headphones. They fall right out of my ears. So of course, it would be helpful if I could get the rope itself not to fall out of my hands. Finish my protein shake, and then we'll hit this. Good morning, everyone. It is unusually warm in here today. And that is a bit of a worry. It's gonna be rough sledding, I think, today. Did not get to bed until a lot later than I wish I had, because I had some important calls to make. As a result, I am a little bit less energetic, even with the caffeine that I normally am. So, we're gonna do the best we can. Hopefully, things will go all right. I'm your host, BullMuscle. We're gonna do bench today. So for those of you in here who are bench bros, rejoice. I'm all about leg day. That's what we talk about. Yep. Did I not sleep well? It's not that I didn't sleep well. When I got to bed, I slept fine, but I ended up getting to bed too late. I was actually in bed as early as 10:30, which is a little bit earlier. Then I had an important phone call, and I had to take it. It was something really important to me that I had to talk about. My bro and I, my mom's got a big birthday coming up this year. I'm not going to say what it is in advance, but we're talking about what our plans are going to be for that. We really wanted to do something special for her, so that's what we were talking about. Anyway, let's start by warming up. Holy shit, my legs are sore from yesterday. Ouch! feel good. This bigger rope hurts like a bitch if you whack your toes with it. Maybe go slower. I say that, but I never do. That'll do. It's already plenty warm in here anyhow. Alrighty. Morning, Hava. Do I have a pet? I do not. I'm not a cat person at all. If I had to pick a pet, it would be a dog. If I had to pick a dog, it'd probably be a Rottweiler, but I don't need nor do I want a dog right now either. Severus, quick problem because I get to the morning trimming stuff done before it gets too hot. I don't blame you. Check on you later. Well, all right, appreciate you popping in. Yeah, I don't blame you. It's been plenty warm down in the great state of Texas. So, I totally get it. All right, already redeeming the hydrate. Well, I can do that. There you go. Morning, Nick. Welcome on in. We get started. On my rotation, I'm supposed to be doing dumbbell bench today, but I haven't done barbell bench with you guys in a hot minute, so I'm thinking what I may do is a little bit of both. I may do like 2 or 3 sets on barbell bench, and then move to close grip, and then also hit a little dumbbell bench. I might do both this morning. I don't normally, but it seems like, you know, bench is probably for my size, my most impressive workout. So why wouldn't I do it every so often, you know? Oh. Or why wouldn't I do it in front of the camera, I guess I should say. I don't know, it's me being slightly vain. Work out that shoulder. Stretch it out. Yeah. It's a bit of a worry. I don't quite feel right. I'm going to stretch out just a little bit before I intend to go heavier today. So I do want to actually try something a bit heavier, but I gotta work up to that. Morning, Allie, or morning, Maddie. Appreciate that. Morning from a Discord group member. Hey, I appreciate that. Heard NC made some very important decisions in regard to money, the voting for gold backed. I'm not sure what you're talking about there, Nick. Any big America games coming up right now? No, well, not really. July and August really are the meat of baseball season here in the United States. Basketball season doesn't start until October, I think. Football season doesn't really kick off until September. So July and August, like the summer months, is where baseball dominates. It's sort of we're into the meat of the season. My Nationals are not very good. We're, I believe, the 4th worst team in the MLB. We're better than Oakland, Kansas City, and Colorado, and that's it. My Nationals are, I mean, we're better than we were last year, but that's not saying much. We're a 400 ball club. We're not very good. You know, it is what it is. Sad news out of Caps country. that's not sad news. We all knew that was coming. Dude's an offensive black hole. The problem is Kuznetsov has been such a basket case that he's completely destroyed his own value in a trade. Hava, it's 3:08 p.m. here. Okay, yeah, you live across the pond. You're over in Europe. 5. Yeah, I have a feeling you're. Yeah, I get you. Well, I appreciate that. I'll keep tabs on the numbers today. By the way, 30 as always, y'all. 30 views gets a 30 views gets a handstand push-ups. 50 views will either get a stretch routine or jumping jacks, depending on when we hit it. So keep an eye on those numbers. All right. I'm gonna hit this. I want to see. This is just 215. Again, this is another warm-up set. I feel like it's my rotator cuff. It's something deep down on my shoulder. It feels like it's not painful, but it just feels off. Whenever I've been benching recently, so we're gonna try and take it a bit easier before we hit the heavy stuff and see if that helps. Is it a prick or something? No, it just feels. It feels like something in there just ain't quite functioning as smoothly as it should be. He's not Alex Galchenyuk, yeah. No, good to see my Discord fans starting to show up in here a little bit. That does make a huge difference to me. It really does. Y'all know I really do this partially because I like, the biggest reason I do this is because I like helping people out and all that. So, okay. So I think what I want to do is 300. So if I'm going to do that, that'd be 25 and a 15. Okay. No, 2.5. So basically another plate, but not quite. Alright. That's easy enough. So yeah, this is 300 pounds. I'm not sure how many times we're gonna get this, but I'd like to get it at least like, I don't know, 3, 4, 4. I really have no idea how many times I'm going to get this. I'm trying to find out. Be strong like wool today. Move the objects out of the way so that way if I fail, I can tilt the weight over and the weight will fall off, which is important to do. Alright. Bench till fail. Yeah, what's up, Friar Wolf? I'm not going to bench till fail on this, probably, but if I fail, I can live with it. Oh, that's something. My nose, hang on. Much better. Sorry about that. I do need the right song for this. I do light and low resistance say, so it sounds like your rotator or something just as important. It's been bothering me for like a couple months, so I haven't, it's not something where it seems to, and I've given it like a week off to 2 weeks off here and there, and it doesn't seem to want to fix itself, so I either have to suck it up and go to a doctor, which I hate doing, or just learn to live with it and hope it goes away, which is probably the strat I'm going to take, so that's probably how I'm going to play it. Let's get a little Van Halen going for this. I know what song I want to hit. Need to see a chiropractor. I don't really believe in chiropractic either. It can work, but a chiropractor usually works a lot better if you've got like back pain. right, a shoulder, messing around with your spine ain't really gonna help your shoulder. All right. All right. I'm gonna psych myself up and we're gonna hit this. This is 300 pounds. I'm trying to think of how many kilos that is. 100 kilos is 225 pounds. If it's 20 kilos, about 45 pounds. So 120 would be 270. It's like 135-ish kilos, 130, 135, something like that. That's better. Oh. All right, so I'm gonna stretch out here. We're gonna hit this. It should be pretty tough, but I think I should be able to hit at least a couple reps. I'd like to hit it 5. If I could hit it 5 reps, I'd be pretty happy with myself, but we'll see on that. I've been to a chiropractor before. I don't feel like it really did much for me. Then again, I wasn't really in any major amount of pain when I went. I went because I got a free coupon. That's where it hurts, right here. If I take, right, you can see I'm taking my right shoulder, kind of bringing it up north of my head. That's where I can feel it. I feel no pain like that if I do it with my left shoulder, but if I do it with my right, I can feel a little twinge. All right, let's do this. Oh, humeral joint. Used to be tree swinging apes. Cuff issues means get stronger but slower. Interesting. All right, let me psych myself up. We're gonna do this. Strong like bull. Let's do this. Hanky, I'll take 4. Went up, went down 4 times. Not bad, not bad. That's not bad. It was an ugly 4, but it was 4. So, I'm guessing, and I'm not gonna max right now, because I don't have a spotter. I'm guessing if my ability to do 300 is 4 reps fresh, which is what that was, I'm guessing that means my max bench is probably somewhere around, no, we want that. I want to hit 265. I'm guessing my max bench is probably somewhere around 340, somewhere around there. My PR all time is 355. 4 hot dogs. I've never heard it called that before. Well, In any case, we'll do. Thinking what we're gonna do today is we'll do 2 more sets on this. We'll do 2 sets at 265, and then we're gonna rep dumbbell bench, dumbbell incline. We'll do some close grip on barbell. 4 hot dogs. That's never heard it called that before. Actually, speaking of, let's do a temp check real quick. It is, yeah, already 85 degrees in here, which is not ideal. Not ideal in the slightest. All right. I would like to get at least 8 here. This is 265. I should have no issues getting at least that. America's meat, everybody wants a hot dog. Fair enough. Can't argue with that. That's one way to put it. Well, speaking of hot dogs, I'm gonna probably make a Costco run today. I may have to indulge in a Costco glizzy. They are pretty good. They're only $1.50, so Costco loses money on basically every single one of those they sell, but boy, they taste good. Hey, thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate that. Jack Vitae, welcome on in, and Solace, good to see you as well. Come on. Focus. Yeah, these first bench sets always take a little bit more time, by the way, if y'all are wondering why I'm going slow. That's to be expected. I'll take it. Get up! Make it work! Your mohawk isn't symmetric. It's like it's sliding off on one side. It's an optical illusion, actually. It's the way I'm facing the camera. Also, the mohawk's a work in progress. It is also slightly tall, so at the edges, the taller bits of hair are starting to droop a bit. But random chatter, good to see you. By the way, symmetrical isn't a word. It's your mohawk isn't symmetric. It is not having symmetry. You can call it asymmetric. No, it's not perfect. Ugh. Ugh. That went up my nose. Damn it. Oh, that's awful. Ugh. The Southeast. It's hot, it's humid, it's buggy. It's a word, look it up. Symmetric is a word, not symmetrical. Double fist pump, good to see you. Here we go. I see you've already got over 30. That's awesome. At the end of the workout, we'll do handstand push-ups. I had an English teacher tell me that once. Told me that symmetrical isn't actually a word, and it's a corruption of the word symmetric. Maybe my English teacher was wrong. I could believe that. That was a long time ago, so they could absolutely have been wrong, and I just didn't know for all these years. That seems plausible. Is wrong, you're wrong for believing him, without checking multiple sources. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, screw me, because I actually believed one of my teachers. Lord. People try to correct things they don't know. Well, yeah, I liked my English teacher, so I believed him. Good Lord, man. Line up. Either way. Welcome to the chat, man. Let's get a little Guns N' Roses. God, this heat's gonna take its toll on me today. Like, it's supposed, in theory, it's, we got rain in the forecast, which you'd think is gonna make it a little bit cooler, but it certainly does not feel that way this morning. It is hot, it is swampy. Ugh. Oh well. We're going to try 215 for close grip, move to 90s on a dumbbell for the rest of the bench. Well, hey, okay, yeah, I admit that I'm wrong, but like, dude. Whatever. You live and learn, huh? I guess I learned something new today. Symmetrical is actually a word. It's not just a corruption of symmetric. My English teacher was wrong all those years ago. Come on. Get in there. Bastard. Really? It is not what there it goes. Just set a close grip. We'll see how that goes. I actually haven't done close grip on 215. That might be a good thing to try. Let's give it a shot. Hey, Firewolf, no need for that. No need for that. He's welcome to talk about that, although, dude, I don't care that much about grammar. Thank you for telling me something I didn't know. Let's move on. How's your morning going?
I was wrong. I didn't realize my English teacher taught me wrong all them years ago, so that's fair. You corrected me, let's move on. Don't care that much. Would you try to wrongfully correct people? I mean, I don't know, man. You're not getting flamed, dude. Just relax. You're getting. We're having flack about you because you came in the first time chat talking shit about my haircut, which fair enough, it's not the best, but it's a work in progress. And then no, Firewolf, stop that. You can chill in here if you want, man. But like, okay, I acknowledge that I was wrong. Symmetrical is a word. Let's try and move the conversation forward instead of trying to play the victim here, okay? So let's try that again. How was your morning going? That's fair. All right, well, I guess he's gone then. I'm trying to be polite here. Shit. Do what you want. What I don't understand are people who don't come in and start off with something polite, the people who immediately come in and criticize every single thing you're doing. Like you come in and the first thing you're talking about is you're talking shit about my hair. Fair enough. Like just because you're not wrong doesn't mean it's kind of rude to come in and make that the way to start conversation in here. Like, you can do it, but why? Dude, I said I'm sorry. Fuck. You're trying to play the victim here. Just relax. Come and hang out. Move the conversation along. And if you don't want to do that, if you want to sit here and just troll, well, okay, in that case, yeah, you'd be better off leaving. But I'd rather you didn't. I'd like to talk with you. Hey, King Nick, thank you very much for the resub. Oh no, someone gifted him a sub. Thank you very much, anonymous gifter. I appreciate that. Come on. Damn. Fail on 12. Fuck. I wanted more than that. Hey, Physico Commando, thank you very much for the raid and for the follow. I appreciate it. Temperature currently is 85 in here. It's just a tick under 30 Celsius. Hey, thanks for the raid. I appreciate it, Physico Commander.
I know where to cheat people out. Nah, he didn't do nothing wrong in terms of spelling. He was just coming in and like being openly, just like doing nothing but being critical and not really moving the conversation on. Just move it along. Move it along. Seriously, Physico Commander, thank you very much for the raid. Or Physico Commando. What were you doing? How's your stream? I'll give you a shout out. Physico Commando. I think that's how you say that. Give you a shout out here. I appreciate it. Looks like you're in pretty good shape. Were you doing fitness stream? What's going on? God, it's hot in here. Damn. The heat here is getting pretty bad. I feel like it's a lot more humid in here today than it normally is too. And that's saying something because it's normally pretty humid. Don CT, good to see you. Cardio, squats, and abs. Yeah. Nick, I appreciate it. Thank you. He's probably gone anyway. Yeah. Lift weights Monday to Friday, cardio daily, and meal prep every Sunday. Dude, if you're doing 5 days a week on meal planning, or sorry, 5 days a week on lifting, you're doing better than I am. Partially due to the nature of not having air conditioning in here, partially due to sort of being at the end of a cut cycle, beginning of a maintenance cycle. I don't have the energy to hit weights 5 times a week anymore. I've been hitting it 4 times a week. I'll probably go back to 5 whenever Ultimate Frisbee wraps up at the end of August, but for now, I do 2 rest days, an Ultimate Frisbee day, and 4 lifting days. But wonderful, welcome to the channel. My name is BullMuscle. I talk weightlifting, diet, exercise advice. I'm gonna be financially independent in a couple of years, so talk money as well in here. Talk about a variety of stuff. Meal prep every Sunday, that's pretty cool. I've done meal prep Sundays before. I'll make a pot of stew or something of that nature to try and get me meals through Monday, Tuesday, and so on. It's a good way to go if you can really be disciplined about evenly doling it out, tracking your calories with the giant pot that you make. It's a good strat for sure. Slow cooker Sunday, yeah. That's definitely one way to do it. It is. Yeah, the heat is definitely getting oppressive in here. It's starting to get harder to think. I know the worst part is if I go out that door to take a piss at any point during this stream, I will get absolutely clobbered by mosquitoes. And there is precious little I can do about that. Kanaka, can you still make gains if you're not eating enough protein? No. You can lose fat, but protein is what is synthesized to repair and build muscle tissue. If you're not eating enough protein, you will not be able to build muscle. So the answer is no there. You need to have enough protein in your diet to build muscle, to get gains. So your answer is no. Now, again, if you are on a cut and like you're just trying to lose fat, I still recommend high protein because, right, when people say they want to lose weight, they say that what they really mean is they want to lose fat. Nobody wants to lose muscle, at least, you know, unless you're like an actor preparing for a role. So you want to get enough protein in your diet, bar none. No real exceptions there. If you don't care for protein, well, you'll have to find ways to get it into your system. That's what I would recommend. I'm on a deficit. You're cutting right now. I can't eat the amount of protein right now. Is it still the same? So, okay, when I was on a cut, I would say increase your calories to where you're running a smaller calorie deficit, but you're still getting enough protein. I don't know what your height and weight are, but I'll give you an example. I was on a cut cycle for the last few months up until the 4th of July. My target was 2,200 calories. In a day, I usually burn closer to 3,000 and 200 grams of protein. The key is to find a lot of lean, high protein ratio foods. In other words, foods with lots of protein per 100 calories or per unit calories, you know? So, let's see here. Yeah, I would say your best move is to run a lower, like still run a deficit, but just maybe a smaller one and up your protein intake. And usually in a cut cycle, if you're getting to a fairly advanced point where you got defined muscle, you're going to want to run smaller deficits anyway, or you'll lose muscle. And even if you get enough protein, it's going to be more about maintaining what you have rather than building strength while you're cutting. Unfortunately, that's what I found. Now, if you can find a way to, you know, kind of hit that sweet spot with recomp and very, very slowly lose fat but also gain muscle, more power to you. And I'm sure there's a golden window of calories and protein for everyone to do that, but it's a very tight window is one thing I do know, and as a result, sticking to that day after day after day is very difficult. It's very easy to tip either into the not enough or the too much category. So I find it's easier to bulk cycle and cut cycle. Let's do another set. One, two, three, four. One, two, three. Eleven. 12. Come on. Oh yeah, 15, let's go. I think. I kinda, might have been 14, I think I lost count there. Woo, lightheaded. Definitely gonna find ways to get protein. So Kanaka, if you want more detailed advice, you can tell me what your current height and weight is, and what you're trying to cut to, and I can give you some halfway decent targets. Also, unfortunately, this does matter. Are you male or female? I'll be right back, y'all. I had to run inside and take a leak. I'm sorry. Give me just one moment. Okay, 170 centimeters, 82 kilos, male 16. Okay, so if you're 16, this will be slightly different advice because you're still growing. Let me go ahead and I'm gonna go use the bathroom. I'll be right back. Sorry about this, y'all, I gotta pee. Sorry about that, y'all. I couldn't hold it any longer. I had to pee. So, you said 170 centimeters and 82 kilograms in male at 16. Okay, first thing I'm gonna go ahead and say, this channel is supposed to be 18 plus. Just be aware that there is adult content here, and if it gets talked about, right, view it at your own discretion, all right? So, I've made my disclaimer on that. But if you're I'll say if you're below the age of 20, you're not done growing yet. So because I'm American, I had to convert. That's roughly 5'7" and 180 pounds. So yeah, it's probably a little heavier than you'd want to be at 5'7", but you're still growing. So you may well, get a few more inches before you're finished. I would strongly recommend lots and lots of lean protein, chicken, fish. I would be very hesitant to tell you to truly go on a cut cycle for more than a few weeks. Because again, if you're growing, you need excess calories. Your metabolism at your age is sky high. And I will tell you is, keep a workout in a food journal. That's pretty easy, that's pretty doable. You should be 200 pounds, they've been losing weight since you were 14. In that case, I would target, now okay, if you were an adult and you were finished growing, you were gonna stay 5'7", I would target maybe 1,800 to 1,900 calories to continue cutting. What are you looking to cut to exactly? Like, is there a target weight you've got? Yeah. This is yogurt, cottage cheese. Those are good. Tuna, that's good. Nuts are good for a bulk, but nuts are, in terms of ratio, quite high in fat, so be careful of how many nuts you eat unless you're bulking. Let me do another set. That's 11. It's not bad. I wanted another more there, but be all right. Below 70 kilos. That's a lot of weight loss. Okay. This one's a bit of a thorny minefield to cross because, again, of your age. Which again, I'm a lot more hesitant to give advice to people below 18, but you're here, I can't control that. Twitch, I'm washing my hands of this one. I put Twitch's little labels on there, so that I can't control that. As far as recommendations, all right, if you're looking to get down to 70 kilos, that's, let's see, that's about 160 pounds, I think. So that's about a 20-pound drop from where you're at. Maybe a little more, 25. I would say your best bet is probably to go be a lot more conservative, be willing to let that take time, because you may find that, again, you get a little bit taller, all of a sudden 80 kilograms, you know, let's say you're 170 centimeters now, right? Let's say you hit a growth spurt, you end up 180, 185 centimeters, right? You do that, all of a sudden 80 kilos is probably gonna fit you pretty nicely. So I would say maybe I would say if you're gonna cut much more on the slow side. How often do you lift? Oh, yeah, when COVID hit, yeah. So, okay, you gained weight over COVID because you were locked in. That sucks, and I sympathize with you there. COVID sucked for everyone. Let's see. Yeah, how often do you lift? Had to take my wife to work. Yeah, Kanaka, how often do you lift? If you're not lifting, by the way, start. Definitely start and be active. It's the one thing COVID made harder for a lot of people. 4 times a week, I also do cycling. Okay, so you're very active. I would recommend a calorie total of, I really kind of go by how you feel. I would say 2,000 to 2,400 calories, somewhere in there. If you're sitting at 82 kilograms, that's roughly 180 pounds, which means if you were an adult, I would recommend about 1,800 calories as a cut cycle target. But because your metabolic growth rate is going to be elevated and you're lifting and cycling that often, I would guess, yeah, 2,000 is an absolute minimum. Maybe 2,000 to 2,500, anywhere in there is going to be good. But look for at least 180 grams of protein. At least 160 grams of protein. Basically, double your current mass in kilograms. That's how many grams of protein you should be getting, as a good rule of thumb. What's up, Friar? So hopefully that helps. I would start maybe 2,000 to 2,500 calories, and then between 160 and 200 grams of protein. If you're lifting that much, that's what you need. Push, bro, you're young, you see how hard you can go. Yeah, I would kind of agree with Friar here. Your growth cycle, you're not done growing yet, so take advantage of that. You can afford to eat a little bit more. Let's be honest, and I know it's the most important thing in the world to a 16-year-old, or an 18-year-old, or a 20-year-old is, and I'm assuming a few things here, but, you know, attracting girls, that was the thing when I was a teenager. Maybe I sound old now, but ignore it, honestly. Teenage relationships are fine. Get in one if it's convenient, but don't make it the end-all be-all of your life. I strongly recommend against doing that. It's just not worth it. You've got more important shit to work on. These are your prime growth years, and if you use them to get in really good shape now, your 20s and beyond get a lot easier. All right, let me do another set here. 12, that was better. We're gonna do a third set of dumbbell bench, I think. Yeah, no, I can give good advice. I would normally say for you to join the Discord, but my Discord is really meant to be 18 plus, so I'm afraid I'm gonna have to tell you please don't. But you can chill here, I guess. This Twitch is supposed to be 18 plus too, but like, in general, I really do try to hew terms of service and whatnot. The only issue in here is like, yeah, I'm gonna be shirtless. This is an unair-conditioned garage in summer in South Carolina. It's just too fucking hot to do anything else. Yeah, I'm gonna do one more set of dumbbell bench. I think we'll hit, do I wanna hit jam press? Do I wanna move up to shoulders? I've got it set up for jam press. I should probably do jam press. Those fuckers are hard, but I will say they seem to work. I feel like I wasted my 15-year-old age. Dude, you've still got plenty of time. So I can give you a story from my teenage years. I fucked around until about age 15. And that was the time where we moved to, my dad was in the Air Force, we moved to Offutt Air Force Base in Omaha, Nebraska. And, you know, Nebraska has many good qualities. Weather is not one of them. The summers are pretty harsh, the winters are brutal, and the springs and falls are often marred by tornadoes. So a lot of the time, you know, you're forced to seek out shelter inside, especially in the winters. And so I would go to the Offutt Field House, where a lot of the enlisted guys would work out. Sometimes I'd meet my dad there when he had time, and God, I love my dad so much for that. My dad is the one who really got me turned on to lifting, and I can't thank him enough for that. But sometimes we'd lift together, but then there'd be other times we wouldn't, and I'd lift alone. And I'd continue to get stronger, and I went from being, you know, kind of barely sticking along with the bench warmers on the football team freshman and sophomore year to starting offensive tackle senior year. So, and that was even through injuries. I had a fairly serious high ankle injury junior year, which means my squat was kind of shit senior year, but I spent all that time doing upper body because that's what I could do. And as a result, my bench was a lot stronger than most other linemen come senior year. Just as an example. All right, I need another song. Yeah. The other one I would recommend at your age is find guys who are experienced, who are hitting shit with really good form. You can look up good form on the internet. I'd look up Alan Thrall is a guy I recommend, Mark Ripito as well. Look up what they do. You see guys mirroring that sort of form with reasonably heavy weights for their size. Ask them questions. Be like, hey, can you give me a form check? Am I doing this right? Do you have any tips for someone looking to get stronger? In the gym, what I found is if you ask, and you ask respectfully, and you ask after the set, don't ask them mid-set, because that's not right either. But if you ask respectfully, if you stay polite, people in the gym are very, very friendly and willing to help you. So that would be my recommendation. Maybe a little bit of, let me get a little bit more music going here. Come on. Come on. I'll hit this right. I want to get 15 here. Shit. Come on. Oh, that's all I got. Damn, that's only 11. I'm getting sore though. My numbers are down. This is summer heat. It makes it harder. Nothing I can really do. That was 85. I'm gonna try 105. I want to see how this feels. I'm not quite sure if this will be right or not. So JM press is something I've been incorporating a lot more recently. What's up, Potsy? Welcome on in. Myself every day has been going down too fast. Yeah, I'd say up your calorie intake. Looking for help on the server? No, I haven't yet. Sorry. Curtains closed there. I thought this was Bill O'Reilly stream. How did you get Bill O'Reilly from BullMuscle? What nutrients should I eat the most maximize? Protein is the biggest one. Magnesium, iron, zinc are other really important ones. Nice home gym. It's not great. I really wish I had air conditioning. It is very, very hot here. And very humid too. That's probably 90–95% humidity in here. So we're gonna hit JM press. This is, what JM press is like half skull crusher and half close grip bench. And it's not easy. The idea is basically you bring the weight to about your neck, try to keep your elbows up, and come up with your triceps. I found it hits my triceps pretty good though, so here we go. Come on. Come on. This exercise looks dangerous. It is not one I would recommend until you've got a few more years under your belt. Kanaka, I would recommend doing just close grip bench. I'm still experimenting with JM press, and by the way, this is not heavy weight, right? If I drop this, it's only 105 pounds. It's not gonna kill me. I'd say don't do this until you've got a few more years under your belt. Potsy, all right, well, hello and goodbye. It's called the JM press. It puts less stress on your wrist than you think. Also, I see we got 55 in here, so you guys jump ropes. I'll probably do those at the end of the workout. You're from Oklahoma? Oh, God bless you. I used to live in Texas. South Carolina is very, very humid. That's the trouble here. Weird and quirky, welcome on in. Curtains closed, welcome on in. Yeah, I'm confused how you got Bill O'Reilly out of this stream, but we'll do it. Oh, no, yeah, because I said we'll do it live as the title. That's, actually, you know what? You're the first person to get that reference, so respect. I just now remembered that's what I've been I've been naming my show We'll Do It Live for like the last 4 years, and you're the first person to make that connection. Holy crap. All right, curtains. Ab Boss. This is, yeah, no, these are JM presses. So we'll do, I think I'm gonna do 2 more sets of these. We'll do incline dumbbell and we'll do shoulder press. Actually, yeah. Come on, let's do it on the side. There we go. 2 down, 1 to go. You never heard them, gotta try it out. Looks like a nice stretch. Definitely don't go by the way I'm doing them. I'm still very new to the exercise and I'm still trying to tweak my form. So look up JM press, learn how to do it properly. Don't just take my word for it, okay? No bench can hold my weight in the barbell. Should I lower the carbs? We'll do it live. Fuck it. Yeah. Yeah, curtains closed. You're the first person in 4 years to actually make that connection. It's been so, that was so unexpected. I didn't realize that's what that's the reference you were making, even though I was the one making that as my title for all these years. That's wild. Can you burp on command? I've been asked this a few times. I can, but it's kind of like a shitty burp when I try to force it. You'll get a belch eventually, just from drinking water. So I just chill, relax. It'll come. I saw we hit 55 in here. That's awesome. All right, we'll do another set. Let me, actually, before we do the next set, let me check the humidity in here. It is currently, yeah, that's about what I expected. It is 86 degrees in here and 93% humidity. Let me go ahead and, you know what, I'll do a heat index calculation for you guys to explain how hot that is. Yeah, hang on. It's 85 degrees and 93% humidity. Let me find out, okay? 85 Fahrenheit, 93% humidity, heat index temperature of 103 in here. It is quite warm. All right, let's carry on. Let's do our final JM press set. We still have a lot of shoulder press to do. I haven't actually done any shoulder exercises yet, so we'll dive into that immediately after this. Then we'll hit incline as well. We'll go from there. You know, it's Saturday. I don't have anywhere to be, so if we're going slower, who cares? By the way, Big Red Fro, if you're here, I'm playing The Mob Rules by Black Sabbath again. That song kicks ass. I don't know that much Dio era Sabbath, and this one's baller. This one's good. 2, 3. There we go. gonna move to shoulder press now. There we go. I think we'll go with let's see. I don't remember what I got. So, no, I remember now. We're gonna start with 150 and see how we go. I'm not quite sure how well this will go. I'd like to think I'll get at least 6 decent reps here. If I don't, that means I need to go down weight. Suck it up. I just can't. I need to get air conditioner in here. It's that simple. I don't care who you are. This kind of heat and humidity just naturally saps your energy. Hey, Chef, thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate that. Let's play a little Rainbow, Street of Dreams. All right. Perfect. Line it up. We're gonna hit this. Just enjoying some free time before work. Well, welcome on in. My name's BullMuscle. I give fitness, diet, financial advice, lifestyle optimization, that sort of thing. All right. So this isn't necessarily a strict military press. Military press, you gotta have your feet together, but it's pretty close. I try my best to keep my knees straight. Yeah. Here we go. 2, 3, 4. That was 7. It's like, might do a second set at that. I want to see if I can get another set. I wasn't happy with that. I'm also not pissed at that. God, it's hot in here. Do you remember me on the street of dreams? Knowing every face I see. Let's do it this way. So you guys the front view. Sometimes I do this, sometimes I don't. I feel like I should do it at least once. All right, this is 150 pounds, by the way. That's, I think, 65-ish kilos, I think. Maybe a little more, maybe a little less, I don't know. I need to go down weight. I don't want to. I really should. I'll do behind the neck. GGR, thank you very much for the follow. Yeah, air conditioning is not an option I have access to here. These strong as fuck, which means you know what you're doing, so you get my follow. I appreciate that. Thank you. I know I look somewhat well defined right now, because I'm more or less at the end of my cut. I ended up going out for Chinese yesterday. It's one of them all-you-can-eat buffet deals, so I ended up putting on a little bit of extra weight from yesterday today. I think I weighed in at like 209.8, 210. I was at 207.6 yesterday, so that's not ideal, but it'll come back down. I'm at maintenance for now. I say maintenance. I'd like to cut just another 2 or 3 pounds off. I think 205 would be about perfect for where I'm at. All right, let's do another set. Show you guys the back heel on this one because it's behind the neck press. For this, I go a little bit wider on the grip. Come on. You ain't done yet. Get up there! Yes, sir. Nah, I didn't get wasted. I really cut down on my alcohol. I like booze, don't get me wrong. But I mostly like it for the taste. Ain't nothing beats a cold hard beer. Like a cold Panther Weizen, or even just a lager after doing yard work when it's hot out. But the alcohol is not why I like it. I just like that it's cold and refreshing and slightly better than water, I feel like, in terms of just how it refreshes me. So I'm starting to look at buying more NA beers. And some NA beers kind of taste gross. Like I don't really care for O'Doul's, but they're starting to come out with craft NA, and some of them taste like, you know, actual IPAs or wit beers. I haven't seen a craft non-alcoholic stout yet, but if I do, I'm gonna try it. Garage door closed? Dude, it has to be. The bugs are insane here. I would become a mosquito all-you-can-eat buffet if I opened that garage door. And even if I got a mosquito net, it's no cooler outside, so what would the point be? Abner, all right, can do that. Yeah. It's actually, so it's not as hot. Well, it's close to as hot. You know, at the end of yesterday's workout, it was 87. It's 85 in here right now. The challenge is it's even more humid in here today. It's, again, 93% humidity. Hey, Jake, haven't seen you in a minute. Am I bulking? No. God, hell no. If I was bulking, I'd be very miserable because, right, what my air conditioner will do at night here in the South, it will comfortably run at 76 without breaking itself. But if I'm bulking, I become a furnace. Like, just the thermic effect of food kicks in, and I'm burning shit tons of calories. Just, you know, I'm to digest it, right? So it turns me into even more of a human furnace than I already am, and that's not what I want when I'm trying to get to bed. I have problems, you know, that'd make me sweat, and that's not what we want. So, kind of due to geography, I very seldom bulk in the summer. I try to cut in the summer, and I'm still kind of adjusting it. What I should have done this year was continue my bulk through into March a little bit longer, and then cut probably April, May, June, July, and then maintained August. Instead, I ended at mid-February, early March, so that's okay. We're learning on it. Yeah, I live in the great state of South Carolina. I actually have a South Carolina flag right behind the setup here. I'll show you guys that one before we move in. But I've got to get another set in here. Come on. Let's go. That'll work. I'm not on a cut either. I'm on maintenance right now. I finished a cut on the 4th. I'm sort of trying to cut like just 2 or 3 more pounds, but 2 or 3 more pounds over several weeks, that's basically maintenance. 2 or 3 pounds of body fat's about 10,000 calories. If you stretch a 10,000 calorie deficit over, you know, 10 weeks, right? That's a 1,000 calorie deficit per week, which is like, what, a 150 calorie deficit per day? That's basically maintenance. All right, here we go. Last set of shoulder barbell. 3, 4. Come on, you got one more in you. Get up there! Ugh. Tamanora, welcome on in. GGRI, you're in Florida. Like too far north of you. God, Florida's gotten warm this year. We're in an American band. We're in an American band. We're coming to we're in an American band. Triceps extensions. Let's see how 95 feels and go from there. Let's make it an even 100. We're here. Come on. All right. Let's figure out where I'm at now. So I've done 4 sets of shoulders, 7 sets of tries. So we only got 3 more sets of tries left, and we've done 6 sets of bench sets, or 6 sets of chest sets, 6, 13, 17. So we need to do more shoulders. Is what we need to do. Okay. So we'll start with flies, I guess. That's probably the move. Your raises, I guess. Oh. With that, 40 and 40 and in there. Get in there. Nice. Well, Molly hash it on. Speaking of Florida, there you go. The Swamp Boys. The Swamps there. They was from Jacksonville. Hey. Twenty. 2, 3. All right. I'm a Gator, so Swamp is my home. I'm an Aggie, so we barely play each other. Florida done give us some great music over the years, though. Yeah. Pedal to the floor, our lives are running faster. Hey, GGR, I got an easy way to fix that one. Fuck LSU. I do not like Red Stick. I do not like Baton Rouge. I do not like them fucking LSU Tigers. We had the worst season in 50 years at A&M last year, but at least we pissed in their cornflakes at the end. Yeah, I do not like LSU. Their fans are nasty. They'll throw dip cans at you if you ain't wearing purple and gold. Like, look, I'm sorry, and for any Clemson fans in here, I apologize if this offends you, but Clemson calls themselves Death Valley because that famous rock they got came from Death Valley in California. And that's fine, and that's nice. LSU has earned the title of Death Valley because if you're not an LSU fan, you feel like you very well are taking your life into your hands when you go into that fucking place. I can respect it, but they're also assholes, man. I'm sorry, like, it's a fucking football game. You don't need to be throwing dip cans at people. It's just trashy. God damn. No, I really don't like LSU at all. All right, let's carry on. Yeah, no, you guys got Molly, Florida. I don't like the Gators, full on disclosure. Like, even among SEC rivals, I've had some bad run-ins with Gators fans over the years, but I will say, Florida, you gave us Molly Hatchet and Tom Petty, so I can't hate you that much. Let's do sides. gotta. Now, I would say, as far as SEC teams are concerned, so obviously, I think you're looking for PRs, Neff's Wiz. Also, welcome back. The answer is 355 bench, my all-time max, 405 squat, 435 deadlift. But we're not hitting those numbers today. It's too fucking hot here. But no, as far as SEC fan bases are concerned, I'm an A&M fan. I went there. I bleed maroon, will till the day I die. Other SEC teams that I like. You were lean, bro. Yeah, I finished my cut a few weeks ago, so that's why. Other SEC fan bases I generally fuck with. Alabama. My mom went there, so it's like Bear Bryant, right? When Mama calls, the unwritten rule of our household is that unless they're playing, I root for the Crimson Tide over any other SEC school. And I abide by that. She abides by the same for A&M. Of course, A&M sucks, so it doesn't really matter as much. But yeah, I like Alabama. Weirdly, I'm like the only person that seems to feel this way. I have never had a bad experience with a Tennessee Volunteers fan. I don't know how I've pulled that off, because like every other fan base is like, no, the Vols are assholes, fuck them. And I'm like, I've never had a bad experience with these people. They offer you, like, dude, I'm telling you, the Tennessee fans, first off, they drink, man, they put down. But when they come to the tailgates, right, I think what they've done is they've taken like Jack Daniels and all the other major whiskeys, they sell them to other teams at the stores, and they take all their really nice, small barrel, distilled, local stuff in Tennessee, and they bring that to the tailgates. It's the best shit in the world. So I will say, I actually like the Vols fans. I get along with them pretty well. South Carolina, get along very well with here. The Gamecocks are pretty cool. Same with Georgia. Frankly, I've had really good experiences with Georgia fans. The only thing is that Georgia fans are a little bit ignorant of other teams' struggles. When Georgia fans won it all in 2021 for the first time in 40 years, they're like, do you have any idea how long it's been for us, how long we struggled? I'm like, bro, you guys waited for 40 years. A&M, we've been waiting for over 80. What are you trying to do? Like, moreover, and again, here in South Carolina, the Gamecocks have never won it all, ever. They haven't even won a conference since the 60s when they were in the ACC. So the question is like, have a little bit of perspective. Don't tell if you're a Bulldogs fan, don't tell a Gamecocks fan and an Aggie, how long you've been struggling for. It's like, no, have some perspective. Otherwise, for the most part, also the barking at children thing is kind of fucking weird, but like, otherwise, Georgia fans are pretty cool. All right, let's do some triceps. This is too much weight, I need to go down. Yeah, we're going down. I can feel the shoulders activating when I do that, and that's not ideal. So we're gonna take the weight off. We're at 85. Triceps. Ain't got a ton of juice left though. We're nearing the end of the workout, so kind of makes sense. What weight do you looking good today? Thank you very much, Nemesis. I dislike FSU fans. FSU fans mostly seem to hate A&M because of Jimbo, and at this point, I can't really blame them for that. I'll be honest, I think Chief Osceola and the war chant is pretty cool. I feel like the Atlanta Braves fans need to stop doing that because it's just, it feels like they're stealing it. Like, it's Florida State's thing. Kind of, just come on. Dogs to the death of me, forever Fido. Not ignorant of other struggles. Yeah, y'all are. You just had a longer period, which has been so close. Yeah, I get it. But no, this is a blind spot of y'all's. Look, man, and this is like something I've been unironically told by, Dogs fans. They're like, man, I want to go out to Kyle Field. Yeah, it's going to be hot, but it'll be a dry heat. And I'm like, you've never been to College Station. Y'all, and again, I like the Dogs fans in general, but No, I think, and to be fair, it's partially because the SEC has had us play once in 12 years, which is freaking ridiculous, and we're still somehow not playing this year. Yes, I want y'all to come to Kyle Field, but like, no, I do think yes, while y'all were close, and yes, that makes it all the more bitter. I don't think Dogs fans quite understand how other teams how hard being a fan of some of the other teams in the SEC is. Oh, I don't have that many experiences with Kentucky fans. We've got Big Red Fro who shows up in chat. He's pretty chill. But Kentucky doesn't, they're mostly basketball. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right. A couple incline sets. And we got 2 Arnold presses. 85, 100. Then we got, okay, yeah, rolling along hardly. I feel like Bama call it dog fans. Again, hey, I like Bama because my mama went there. You gotta understand. That's how it is. I will say the other thing is like y'all unironically believe the second. And seriously, I've been told this, but like way too many Dogs fans to think that this is just a joke, y'all. It's a joke y'all are either all in on, or y'all genuinely believe that the second you cross the Sabine River from Louisiana into Texas, it's like one of those '60s Hanna-Barbera cartoons where it goes from swamp to desert instantly, and that's not how it works. No, I like y'all though. Y'all Dogs fans is cool. I do not care for Auburn fans in general. Neff Swizz, I don't make $300K a year. I wish I did. I don't even make close to that. But I do save a large chunk of my income, and I can talk about the financially independent part of my stream if you guys are interested. I'm a Browns fan, Neff Swizz, bless your heart. That's a tough road to hoe for sure. I do not follow the NFL and haven't for many, many years. Pro teams, I'm generally a fan of DC because I was born in Virginia, and a lot of my family's from Virginia, but I, in good conscience, cannot support Daniel Snyder. Give me something ZYZZ themed. What does ZYZZ mean? I've seen that a few times. I have no idea what it means. But forever, no, I like Bama because my mama went to Bama. You don't go crossing your mama. That's just how it is, man. It's the same reason I don't like Auburn. The main reason I don't like Auburn is because I was taught to hate Auburn before literally any other team on this planet. As far as being lean, yeah, I finished my cut a while back. I guess I'm somewhere, I would guess between, my scale said 11.3% body fat this morning. I think that's bullshit. I think 13, 14 is more believable. What is ZYZZ? No, dude, I live in the middle of nowhere. I'm not up to date on like anything. I can Google it. All right. Let me do another set of triceps, and then I'll figure out whatever ZYZZ means. Oh, so it's a bodybuilder. It's a Russian bodybuilder that existed 10 years ago, and he passed away. What muscle are you looking for me to hit? But yeah, no, SEC fans, I like Mississippi State. In general, I've had pretty good experience with Hail State. The cowbells get obnoxious, but like they're supposed to be. They're also like, they're an ag school, kind of like A&M is. Do not care much for Ole Miss. Not so much the fans. The fans are usually fine, but I really dislike Lane Kiffin. Like, Lane Kiffin is just as big of an ass as Jimbo is, and that's saying a lot, because Jimbo is an ass. That's better. I feel like I'm getting way more on my triceps here. I've had bad experiences with Florida fans, but the SEC would not be the same without Florida. It's a pose. Okay. Well, I can Google that. ZYZZ pose. I should be able to get an image. Okay, so it's one arm flexed, one arm kind of looking up, like that. I hope that's what you're looking for. If that's not it, let me know. No, if you guys want to know my salary, I can talk about that. The reason I'm able to become financially independent at a young age is going to be because I save the money, not because I make the money. Hey, Peachy Boy, welcome on in. That's a name. I was trying to get a peach emoji for Discord or for Twitch, but Twitch rejected it because Twitch is like the horny police, apparently. Apparently a peach is too suggestive, which I think is a bit ridiculous, frankly, especially since we've got the 18+ flag on here. But hey, it's their platform, it's their rules, that's fair. You know, they get to choose that. Close enough. I mean, let's see. Ask me again about it when we get inside. I feel like I'll have better lighting in there anyway, so that might be what you're looking for. Other SEC fans, I've had like no interactions with Vanderbilt fans. Arkansas fans are hostile to me as an Aggie, but I respect them for it. I wouldn't want it to be any other way, because that's an old Southwest Conference rivalry, the Southwest Classic. And frankly, it's one of many reasons I despise what the SEC is talking about doing for its scheduling in the future, because Arkansas A&M is not only a game that's a very good rivalry, an underrated rivalry, but it is a game that is almost always ridiculously close. I think of the last 10 years we played Arkansas, I think 7 of those games have gone to 1 overtime, and 2 or 3 have gone to multiple overtimes. It's going pretty well. We're just we're in the back half of our workout here, trying to not overheat too much, get it done. We'll go inside. We'll talk financial independence. We'll talk everything else. But yeah, one of my main goals since I graduated college has been to be able to retire early. I'm currently on track to do this. At the age of 29, I'm currently 28. So that would be the goal. All right, let's see here. Let's get a little bit of, what kind of music do we want? Let's go with Communication Breakdown by Led Zeppelin. That's always a good one. Yeah, other SEC fans, y'all are welcome in here. Oh, LSU, fuck them. I just don't like the Tigers. No, LSU fans are rude. They are hostile. I respect it because Death Valley truly is, I would say, the most intimidating place to play in college sports. But some LSU fans take it too far. Let's do this. Oh, that's 13. It's not bad. Yeah, I don't care much for LSU. And they probably don't like us, frankly. They shouldn't. It's a feisty rivalry. And frankly, it is one LSU tends to win more often than we do, but it doesn't make me like them anymore. All right, let's hit this. All right, let's do another set of tricep extension and we're done with that. Triceps, we got 2 sets of incline, 2 sets of Arnold press, and 1 set of chest flies left. Why am I putting this over here? That's stupid. Whatever.
Feel a little more. Babe, I'm gonna leave you maybe. Feeling some, that Led Zeppelin, that felt right. I wanna hit that again. Man, I need to wash this. It's getting covered in sweat. I'll bring it in with me. Covered in rust, sweat. As it's how it should be. Other SEC fan bases I've talked about and other SEC teams. I think I covered them all. I don't think it goes without saying that I do not care for the Longhorns. I don't know, I'm a diehard Aggie. If that surprises you, I don't really know what to tell you. Also do not care for Oklahoma at all. Okay, it's actually kind of funny. I hate the Longhorns, I really do. But in general, I find that I get along better with Longhorns fans because the hatred is understood, whereas Oklahoma fans they act a lot more superior than they normally, I feel like Longhorns fans, we're supposed to hate each other, it's always gonna be hate, and that's just, we understand that. Hey, Limitless, good to see you. Let me give you a shout out. Welcome. Boom. Limitless Fitness is another one of the awesome Twitch streamers here that does fitness and health. Strongly recommend his stuff. Go give him a follow. Oklahoma fans in general and I have not gotten along over the years. Oklahoma fans, it's like simultaneously they feel like they're superior. They also have this massive chip on their shoulder. They want to portray themselves like they're the underdogs. It's like, dude, you're Oklahoma. You're a fucking blue blood. Act like it. Like, nobody views Oklahoma as, as some underdog. Stop trying to make yourselves the underdog. You're Oklahoma. Nobody's buying what you're selling there. Come on. 2, 3, 4. Another, come on! Strong like bull. 13, that's not bad. I'll take it. All right, got one more set of those. We'll hit Arnold's, and then we'll hit chest flies, and we'll be done. Bam Mazzetti, good to see you. For shame you slacking. Sasquatch's all into it. Ha, yeah. It's going pretty well, Peachy boy. I'm just struggling to stay, to not overheat. It is getting very warm in here. It's now, it's 86 degrees, about 90% humidity. We have 4 sets left. I'm jealous watching you press fucked up your shoulder somehow. Damn, that sucks, bro. Hope your shoulder's feeling better. I'd recommend really lightweight. I would still say do the shoulder exercises. Do them with 2.5 pound plates if you have to, just to work the range of motion, and you may find that helps. But if you really fucked it up, go see a doctor. I'm not a medical professional. Don't act as if I am. Don't assume that I am. I don't, fucked up can mean a lot of different things. All right. So we're gonna do Limitless for sure, man. I always love helping other Twitch fitness streamers out. Definitely my MO. The community for Twitch fitness is really awesome. Like it's very positive. We all try to help each other. I'll give the most credit to two other streamers in particular. Akarashi, who is very close to getting partners, so if you haven't followed him, go do it. I'm gonna give him, I gotta wait for a little while. I'll do another set, I'll give him a shout out. The other one's Celty. Celty does boxing and hit. Speaking of boxing, that wall bag over there, I will start doing workouts on in the future. Not today, but that is coming. The doctor appointment tomorrow. I think it's just some bad tendonitis. Hopefully that's all it is. Hopefully it's not a torn ligament or a tendon or anything like that. All right, we got one more set of incline, 2 sets of Arnold press, and 1 set of chest flies. I got to Rambo. Come on. Come on. Let's hit this. Strong like bull. Strong like bull. Come on! Ugh. Ouch. Okay, 12. That's all I got. I gotta go down. We're done with that. Man, I struggled for that last one. That was a grindy rep. With the Arnold press lift. Nah, just make it flat. All right. 3 more sets left, 2 sets of Arnold press, 1 set of chest flies. We got this. Just went on Slings of Discord. Hey, 50 viewers, all right. Y'all will still get the jump ropes at the end of the workout. So 3 more sets, we'll do jump rope. Wow. I need more time. I need more time. If I do this now, I'm not going to get as many reps as I want. Wait for the next hard part. But yeah, we got 50 viewers. That is awesome. The numbers have been really high this morning. I am taking note of that. For those of you who are on my Discord, yes, is the answer you're wondering. Appreciate the motivation I've been getting today. It's been really nice. I've definitely appreciated that. Come on, here we go. I'm losing grip. Sweat. That's all I got. That's only 9. I don't like that. Should be able to get at least 10 there. Damn. Liminal, my man is lifting atomic batteries. Funny you mention that. Someone knows I'm a nuclear engineer. Someone's been reading the About page. Appreciate that. Yes, I work in the atomic industry. That is my day job. You can use the day job emoji if you've subscribed or been gifted a sub. Lego sets during a special Discord. Yeah, that should be good. That'll probably be at 8 p.m. tonight. But talking about that, that should be left to the Discord. Alright, so we've only got 2 sets left, y'all. And then we'll hit jump rope, we'll head inside. Liminal, thank you very much for the follow, I appreciate it. Nice mustache. It's funny you mentioned that, actually, because we have been talking about followers goals. I would like to make a big followers push. I don't really, if you guys have noticed, I'm basically running no ads on this channel. We're at 30 seconds an hour. That's the minimum Twitch allows me to run because I'm not in this for the money. I do this because I like motivating and inspiring people. And it's a positive feedback loop. Helps me, helps y'all. But I was actually talking about shaving my mustache live on stream. If we hit a certain amount of followers in a certain amount of time. But I've ran polls on this, and we've got 1,500, almost 1,600 followers. And the poll in the Discord, no answer has more than 10 votes on it. So what that tells me is people aren't voting, and it makes it very hard for me to act in a way that I think my server, my community, my fan base are like. If you guys want to see me do something, I'm very willing to do it. Oh my God, we hit 60. All right, let's go, y'all. Well, y'all are gonna get handstand push-ups at the end as well. That's a 30, the reward for 30, but we'll get there. But the point is, please go to my Discord and vote. It's a thread within the ideas and feedback channel. Seriously, and if you guys don't like any of the suggestions I have, offer up your own. Inspired by you right now, I appreciate that, thank you. All right, we got When the Levee Breaks by Led Zeppelin. How many sets do I do for each exercise? I'm gonna answer that, that's a great question. I will answer that after I do this set. Oh. I love Led Zeppelin, by the way. I know they're like a normie rock band, I don't care, they're just great. And yeah, When the Levee Breaks is technically a cover. I think it's an old Memphis Mini song, and I don't care. It's fantastic. It's an old Mississippi Delta blues song. Strong like bull. Come on, come on. These are 50 pounds, by the way. So I should mention what I'm doing here. The Arnold press is why you start. It's where you start with a supinated grip and end with a pronated grip. I have personally found that this seems to help hit my shoulders a little bit better, so I recommend doing them. If you don't like them, you can do just conventional shoulder press with a dumbbell, right here. Or you can do a side grip like this. Kind of up to you. Come on. Oh, yeah. All right, we're done. That was a grindy last rep. It's okay. All right, let's move down weight. We'll hit chest flies. We'll call it a day. No, we'll hit jump ropes after. Sorry. Holy moly. Yeah, I am, let's do one final temp measurement.
It is 86 degrees in here, so that is 30 degrees C. I'll check the humidity real quick. It is, survey says, let's move down to 80% humidity now. So the real feel is still over 100, but maybe it's not quite as oppressive. I don't know, it just feels like swamp in here as far as I'm concerned. Nemesis, you have the best down. Abs, I appreciate that. Means a lot. All right, come on. Let's see. Finish strong, finish strong. Last set. So for these, it's only 30 pounds. This is not a lot of weight. The point here, really focus on form, focus on that stretch. Really pull the chest out, expand the rib cage, and take the fly upward nice and slow, okay? The Arnold presses were the 50-pound dumbbells. 50 pounds is 22 kilograms. This is 30 pounds, which is only 13 kilos. Let's go right back. Come up. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 15. Oh, shoulder's starting to hurt. Come on, keep going, keep going, keep going. 16, 17, 18. Keep going. No quit, no quit. Strong like bull. 19, 20, 21, 22. Come on. 3. Let's go. Woo! All right. Well, that was awful. Am I self-taught? Yeah, pretty much. I mean, when I was real young, my dad taught me some things. High school football taught me some things, but otherwise it's been just learning. How much is that seat, that bench? I actually got it from Aldi of all places, for like 80 bucks. No, it was like 60 bucks. I don't remember. It's like 60 to 80, somewhere in there. It's not ideal. Like, it's definitely kind of chintzy. I would say, I mean, you saw me benching 300 pounds on it earlier. So, you know, if I weigh 210, 208, whatever, and that bench is 300, you can do the math. That means it's capable of holding 500 just fine. Oh, I benched 355 on it, so that's 555. Well, it's an adjustable bench is the reason it's a little bit more expensive. Zora and Ryu, thank you very much for the follow. All right, so I owe you guys some jump rope, then I owe you guys some handstand push-ups. We'll go inside and we'll hit that. All right. I'm gonna play one more song while I do this. The first track off the first Kansas album, Can I Tell You? Zoran, thank you very much for the follow. I do appreciate it. All right, let's hit this. Now, you can switch me and cruise. do this the other way around. How? Fine. All right. Stopwatch starts now. Minute of jump rope. Damn it. Come on. 20 more seconds. Alright, that's a minute. Let's head inside. Handstand push-up height. Let's go. Thanks for the first time chat. Mr. Franklin 911. Pup Killian, thanks for the follow. Welcome on in, y'all. Let's go inside. I am cooking right now. Good workout. Bro, tell me, please. Tell you what. Okay, how many sets? Right, I meant to ask that. Well, let's China shop, legit, real. Fucking real right there. Okay. I'm so tired. It's because I am. That's a tough workout. All right. So I know someone wanted me to do the ZYZZ pose again. I'll give that a better try now that we're inside. It is a much more comfortable, I think 80 degrees in here, and the fan's going, which makes life just a lot easier. So let me drop the towel because it's dirty. Take my shoes off. We'll do handstand push-ups in just a second. I need to catch my breath first. And this is, yeah, it's at the end of shoulder day, so the more time I get, the more I'll be able to do. Because my shoulders are, as you might imagine, rather sore from doing shoulder day. This is a push day. Okay, so what sets do I do? Oh, let me turn on the light. Pew. Yeah, come on, that's pretty good, ain't it? All right, so I think the ZYZZ pose, I'm gonna look it up again, make sure I get it right. Okay. So what sets do I do? Okay, so I do a push-pull leg split. In general, I try to do 30 sets per workout. So that's push, let me change the scene real quick. There we go, much better. That's push is 30 sets, pull is 30 sets, legs is 30 sets. Well, okay, but what specifically? Well, for push, pull, and leg, I kind of break it up as follows. My push consists primarily of shoulders, chest, and triceps, right? So for push today, I usually try to do 10 sets of chest, 10 sets of triceps, 10 sets of shoulders. Okay, pretty easy 10-10-10 split. Pull day is usually back in the form of, right, your lats, your lats and your delts. Your traps, which are these guys up here, and your biceps, which need no introduction. So on pull day, I will usually do 6 sets of traps, 3 to 6, it depends. 12 to 15, 12 to 16 sets of back, and 8 to 14 sets of biceps. It really kind of depends on what I'm feeling like hitting. I've really been trying to hit my lats a little bit recently because I don't feel as though, I feel like they're kind of my weak point. And then legs is I usually try to go for 30 sets total. Sometimes I don't hit it. It really depends on how hard I'm going and what the environment I'm lifting in is. If it's an air-conditioned garage, I have no problem with it. But like yesterday was a struggle. That was really So that kind of answers that one. Now, let's do that ZYZZ pose y'all was talking about. Oh, Limitless, thank you. Yes, I was looking for those ab slings. I don't know why. Yeah, Twitch chat's annoying like that. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm gonna add those to my throne, I think. Okay, so let's do the ZYZZ pose. Because if it was only sort of the way it should be, that's not good enough. I want to do things. If y'all are redeeming channel points, I want to make it worth your value. So I'm going to Google ZYZZ pose again. I want to make sure I do this right. This bad boy over here. The ZYZZ pose, how to do it in history. Okay. It's an iconic bodybuilding pose. Okay. All right. All right, so it says start by standing with your feet shoulder width apart and your arms by your side. Bend your knees slightly and lean forward from the hips, keeping your back straight. So lean forward, reach out with both hands and touch the ground in front of you. I can't do that, but I'll try as hard as I can. Once you've touched the ground, push your hips back and up into the air, extending your body into a bridge position. Hold this moment for... Interesting. Okay, I think I see what it's trying to ask me to do. The ZYZZ pose. So start here. I'm gonna tilt the camera down just a touch so it gets me all the way. Like that. I think, hopefully. Limitless Fitness, gotta go clean. Hey, thank you very much for sending me that link. I've been looking for that for a hot minute. So that's actually like super useful. I really do appreciate that. Thank you very much, my man. Enjoy the shout out. Hey, my main man Lab Boy's in here. Let's go. Y'all wanna check out some really cool ass content, whether it's literally kicking a guy and knocking him out of a fight, jumping off a bridge, all sorts of cool extreme shit like that. Go check out my main man Lab Boys on YouTube. His shit is awesome. Strongly recommend that. Also, bro, you coming? Hopefully they don't deny me. My credit score is 420. I sure fucking hope it isn't. If that's the case, you may have some identity theft problems, my main man Lab, because that's I think you're memeing, but like I really hope it isn't. Just like normal poses. Well, yeah, but someone asked me to do that pose, so I'm gonna do it. Asking it shall be given you, and whatnot. Anyway, so I think it's time for handstand push-ups now. Before that, I'm gonna take a quick leak. I actually do have a reason to do this. Stand by. Piss time. For those of you who are already here, you know why I do this. Me personally, I like the T-pose. That's an older meme. Careful with that meme, it's an antique. It's alright. I like old memes. Steamed hams is hilarious. Steamed hams is the funniest meme template I have ever seen. I think it's the best meme out there. The amount of funny shit you can do with steamed hams is higher than any other meme I've seen. Okay, so. Handstand push-ups, and then we're gonna do protein, and then we're gonna do some stretching because I owe you all that. Oh, we'll do abs as well. I need to do abs. All right. Yeah, so handstand push-ups time, I believe. We're gonna hit that, and what is today? Today's the 15th, so we're gonna hit, that's reps. So you're gonna see what my normal ab routine is on odd days. So that's gonna be 60 jackknives, 60 raised leg sit-ups, 60 bicycle sit-ups, 60 Russian twists, and 60 V-sits. I should call them W-sits, really, but whatever. Or M-sits or something like that, whatever. Who gives a shit? Make sure I have enough power. I do. Open up the notebook here, so that way we have it. By the way, I'm seeing the numbers. They have been absolutely fantastic recently. We've got 60 viewers in here. That shit's freaking wild. Never expecting something that great. I'm very, very grateful for y'all's support. It means a lot, seriously. There will be something tonight to celebrate the high numbers in my Discord channel. So if you want that, you can go check out my Discord. I'll give you the link. There we go. My Discord's right there. Appreciate that. Yeah, getting that referral from the Capital One rewards card. That's freaking dope. I'm excited for this trip, bro. Lab Boys, if you want to talk about it, you can. That's kind of up to you. We're doing something. My homie Lab Boys and I we're doing something pretty great for our mom on her birthday because her birthday's gonna be a big one coming up. That's all I'm gonna say. All right, handstand push-ups time. 2, 3, 4, 1. Yeah, let's just. That's better. 2, 3. Oh. 2, 3. Six is all I got today. That's pretty good after a push day. All right. All right, okay. Let's put down a towel so that way my back doesn't make farting noises while I do abs. Go from there. Oh! Oh. Whew. I'm probably gonna make a Costco run today. I've been thinking about that. Oh, by the way, for those of you who are interested, I'm conducting a poll for like a followers goal. Thinking something either like 2,000 by the end of September or 3,000 by the end of the year. Yeah, that's a lot of followers, but we are growing really fast right now. And I was thinking of making shaving my mustache or like doing a getting over it stream or even maybe a sleep stream. I don't know, something like that. The poll is up in my Discord. If you want to vote, go for that. Right now, I think we're not even at 10 votes for any option, and there have been no other options suggested. So like, that's not a big enough sample size for me to decide to do something. So hopefully we get more data there. Let's go. Let's do another set here. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Hop. 10. 20. 30. 40. 50. 52. 60. What is getting over it? We hit 64 for a moment there. All right, Solace, good to see you. Shoulder screaming just watching this. I mean, it's just keeping your shoulder straight, not really putting a ton of effort in my shoulder there. It's all in the abs. Getting over it is a game that's like deliberately trolly. Like it's a game designed to piss you off, basically. I offered that because I know a certain sect of my audience are like sadists and they like watching me suffer. So I thought that might get appeal. But yeah, I've been thinking about doing a big follower push. I'm certainly not ready for partner yet, but I've been watching Akroshi, who's speaking of, I want to shout him out because I want him to get partner. So Acro here is probably the best most positive, upbeat guy who cares the most about the Twitch fitness community, and he's going for a partner push right now. Please, 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 if you found this channel and you have not followed him, go do so. I think I know you got to do, to submit a partnership application, you got to do 18 streams and average at least 75 viewers. I think right now he's at 14 streams and he's averaging somewhere around 85. So every view counts. Go give Acro some love, please, on my behalf. Tell him Bull sent you. I want to see him get partner. Nobody else in the fitness community, in my opinion, deserves it more. So go give Acro some love. And the reason I'm talking about growing followers for myself is because I've seen sort of what it's taken on his end to hit follower or to hit partner, to be kind of in consideration for it. And he's got about 4,500 followers. So we're sitting at not quite 1,600 here. So I think what I would like to do is I wonder if I could hit partner before I retire. So that's 600 odd days from now. So I figure I'd need to about triple my follower base before having a real shot at it. Hey, thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate that. There's another one. To do that, I think would take a couple of years, but I think it's possible. Two down, three to go. Oh, it's Komodo Beats. Oh, Komodo, I'm really happy you followed. I'm surprised you hadn't already. Komodo's awesome, y'all. He's given me a lot of really good advice. I've definitely been keeping an eye on what he says in my Discord, and he's very rapidly going to approach guru status. He keeps giving out really good advice. Thanks for the follow, man. I do appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, the growth has been really good on my channel recently, and I'm very, very appreciative of that. I keep track of those analytics. I'm an engineer. What'd you expect? I like data. But, all right. Let's do Russian twist. Find the balance. There we a little bit dizzy. Yeah, Komodo, I appreciate the follow. You've been giving a lot of really good advice. That is both noticed and appreciated. So thank you. We got 2 more sets. Then we'll hit protein. We'll stretch out. We'll do raised leg sit-ups next, and we'll finish out with V-sets. So, oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm pretty lightheaded. I think I've overheated a little bit. I'm still kind of cooling down in here. Thankfully, it's a little bit cooler in here than it is outside. But yeah, I really do appreciate the outstanding support I've been getting recently. It is very much noticed, and it is very much appreciated. Thank you. All right, so raised leg sit-ups are pretty simple. You bring your legs up, you try to keep them straight, try not to bend them too much, and you try to touch your toes, curling your abs upwards. I mean, you're not gonna touch your toes unless you're a whole hell of a lot more flexible than I am and got way better abs, but you get the idea. It works pretty well. 1, 2. Thanks for the follow. Oh, come on. Oh, holy shit. Wow. Okay, 2 new follows. Xanthiace and PhilMC4. Thank you very much for the follows. We appreciate that. We got one more set of abs. We'll hit protein. Ooh. Flip around. Go this way with it. Yeah, we are climbing quite rapidly. I think we've had, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 follows today so far. That's fantastic. Again, I very much appreciate it. We're hitting double-digit follows almost every time I stream now, and that's a huge, huge deal. I'm very grateful for that. 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. I think that was 42. 18 more. Come on. Finish. $50. $60. Yeah, chest is looking pretty good right now, I would say. That's probably fair. I did do a push today, so makes sense. Let's get our protein on. Strong like a bull. Let the camera focus back in. Yeah. Get some ice. So that way we can thermally regulate a little bit better. A little water. The ice melts a little bit better. You know what? Just drink a little water first, cool myself off. Lower sodium marinade for your chicken breasts. In general, I recommend, have you ever considered a dry rub? If you do a dry rub, you can go with curry powders, you can go with lemon pepper is a big fan of mine. So if you want to do, one thing I'm a huge fan of is lemon pepper chicken, because it's super simple. Take your chicken breasts, pat them down with basic old McCormick lemon pepper seasoning. It does have some salt in it, but it's a lot less salty than like soy sauce or you know, that sort of stuff. You can also find low sodium lemon pepper. That may be worth doing. Lemon pepper is about the easiest thing in the world. It's literally just one seasoning. It's one of the most common ones you can find. All right, so first off, creatine. Basic creatine monohydrate. Creatine is very good for stimulating muscle growth and muscle regulation. I recommend it. It's been scientifically proven to do good things for muscles over decades. There are people who recommend creatine in certain pre-workouts. I recommend just the basic generic brand you can buy off of Amazon or GNC or Walmart.
Don't have to go with anything fancy. Now I do peanut protein. Josh Nyland is a great recipe for I don't know how to say that. Spice blend Uja? Spice blend. It's pretty fire. It can be done salt free if you're down for a dry rub. Chef at camp. That sounds baller as hell. Can you, if you're not in my Discord, can you join and post that in the diet channel? Shit, I might want that. That sounds freaking good. Really good. Actually, I might have to hit up Costco. This is the last of the peanut protein that I have. I have like another canister, I think. Need 1 scoop. 2 scoop. Come on. 3 scoop. And 4 scoop. Induja. Alright. Yeah, because like, well, I didn't know if it was like when for Vietnamese. It's if you're Vietnamese, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's spelled Nguyen, and it's pronounced when. And I'm like, is this the same sort of thing? It's not, because it's ND instead of NG. But you get the idea. That's the source of my confusion there. Push this down a bit. Make room for the protein powder. Chef's kiss indeed. Well, hey, I appreciate, anything to make the protein even better is much appreciated. So, Chef at Camp? No, Chef at Camp. Thank you very much. I wonder, are you like at a summer camp or something with that name? Chef's kiss indeed, yeah. All right, so gotta shake this up. That's very full. I actually missed a little bit with the protein powder, so I'm gonna have to roll up a dollar and snort. No, we're not doing that. But there we go. I'll wipe that down later. Shake, shake. All right, Shay Fat Camp at first. Well, I was about to say, if you follow revolutionary Marxism, you certainly won't have to deal with obesity very soon. I'm a centrist politically, but communism is a bad system, and I will not refuse to state as much. I find funny too is a lot of the people who will wear Che Guevara shirts are like super into LGBT rights, and like Che Guevara butchered, like he oppressed gay people. I don't know, I think that's funny as shit. Like they'll try to glorify communist leaders for some stupid ass reason. Anyway. Original high protein smoothie from Smoothie King. Your heavy lift today and tastes so good it can't be a smart option. Well, what's the macros on it? That's the key. You gotta figure out what the macros are. So how many calories does it have? How much protein does it have? How much fat does it have? How many carbs does it have? Because, right, protein is good, right? We all know protein is necessary to retain and build muscle. The problem is if you're eating lots of food that has lots of protein but it's also very high in fat or very high in carbs, what you're going to end up doing is eating a ton of calories and inadvertently bulking. The American fear of the communists is so funny. I wouldn't say it's so much a fear as it is more of an antipathy at this point. But yeah, look, I grew up in an American military family and went to one of the more conservative public institutions in the United States, and I work as a nuclear engineer. If you were expecting me to have communist sympathies, I'm not really sure why. And hey, if you are a Marxist, you're welcome to stick around here. It's just I do not share your opinions more or less on anything. I appreciate having, I don't mind my beliefs being challenged though. But like, yeah. Okay, 390 calories and 30 grams of protein. So that would be all right if you're bulking. It's not terrific if you're cutting. In general, if you're cutting, my golden rule for cutting, I actually have a
calculator that I've developed. It's just a simple Excel spreadsheet, but it works really well for me. That measures protein per dollar and protein per unit of calories. I go with 100 calories, so it works very well. What does this mean? Well, I call it the macro ratio. It's basically what of the calories you're getting, what percentage are protein? My rule of thumb is that foods you really want to eat a lot of, especially on a cut, are foods where you're getting more than 10 grams of protein per every 100 calories. This protein shake that I've made, for instance, is 340 calories, 56 grams of protein, 7 grams of fat, and 16 grams of carbs. I also had a pint of skim milk earlier, which is 180 calories, 16 grams protein. It was skim milk, so there's no fat, and 26 grams of carbs. If you're bulking, I recommend whole milk. Whole milk is amazing. You'll definitely get a calorie surplus if you drink lots of it, and it's also got tons of protein. It's got calcium. It's good for your bones. Milk is good for you. Drink your milk. I recommend doing that for sure. So we also, since we hit 50 viewers, I also owe y'all some stretching. Spellwork, welcome to the channel, by the way. I don't think I've seen you around here for a bit. I don't get how people can institutionalize hatred for gays or any group. I mean, who the fuck does anyone think they are? They can dictate how it's going to be. A lot of times it's tied to religion, and it's bad interpretations of good intentions is what I would call it. I mean, I know, Bama, you live in the deep south like where I do, so you understand where it mostly comes from. It's frustrating, but you'll learn to live with it. And to be honest, it's better than it used to be. You gotta remember, 20 years ago, sodomy was illegal here in the deep south. You know, fast forward now 7-8 years ago, gay marriage is the law of the land. So it's a pretty good turnaround. I was like referencing that. Appreciate that. The abs are looking pretty decent. We hit abs just a moment ago. Actually, what I will do, if we hit 70 viewers, I will hit... Nah, you know what? I'll hit the splits anyway. We're at 64. That's good enough. Let me touch my toes first. I'm going to do a few other stretches before I hit the splits, because I think that'll make the splits easier. That means I can get deeper. So start with a basic toe touch. I'll move back a little bit so y'all can actually see me. Ooh, okay. I hit leg day yesterday, and just doing that, I can already feel my hamstrings are very tight, so I'm going to have to be very gentle here. Okay, easy. Back up. And again. Back up. Yeah, my hamstrings are really tight. Nah, you're still here. We're stretching out. Down again. Back up. Oh my goodness. Wow. Yeah, I am very sore. Abs do seem to be more defined. Well, it's because we just did a set of abs. And I will say, I think I've been doing pretty well there. Pretty sure my coworkers know I like dick, but we don't discuss it. It's a bunch of older white, Clint Eastwood kind of mofos. I get that. Now, like, I'm a very big fan of, at least in the professional sphere, because I live here in the Deep South, I'm a huge fan of Don't Ask, Don't Tell, because my sexuality is none of my coworkers' business, and their sexuality is none of my business. If it comes up, I don't... If I am asked, I try to be honest, but it's not something I actively try to bring up. I do the same here on this channel. For those, if you're wondering, you could certainly ask, and I will tell. But talking about my sexuality is, to me, it's a bit of just
doing it without being prompted to, it's a bit like talking about my salary. It's just something I don't like doing all that much. So we're gonna do. Oh, okay. I just felt something inside my thigh pop there. Oh, it popped again on the other side. Oh, stretched out the obliques pretty good. Separation of work and private life. I would agree. Dalty, good to see you. All right, Severus, you didn't miss the whole show. Let's hit the splits. Here we go. This is always a tough one. Come on. Oh yeah. Oh. And a sumo squat. Hey, Christopher, thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate that. Do a sumo. Oh. This is good for stretching out, so the abductors, adductors on the inside and outside of your legs. Hey, 2 more follows. All right. Yo, we are at this pace. We may well hit 1,600 pretty soon. That'd be awesome. Oh. It's Audio Mechanic, and Christopher is here. Thank you for the follow. What am I going to do later? Well, the rest of the day is planned out as follows at the moment. Oh. Oh. We're going to finish up the stream here. Oh, thank you very much for the gift subs. I appreciate that, Severus. Thank you very, very much. That's so generous. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What I'm going to do for the rest of my day, we'll finish up the stream. I'm going to continue stretching out, and we'll talk. We'll sort of let the conversation dictate how long the stream goes. If y'all keep talking, asking me about questions, Q&A, we'll carry on. Maybe I'll do some push-ups. But we'll do. Let's do some triceps while we're at it. Triceps are tight. My penance for missing most of the stream. Aw, I appreciate that. Thank you. We'll keep talking. Kind of do the Q&A section for a little while. I will, whenever the stream is done, I'm going to cook myself some lunch. I'm gonna make my grocery store trip today. Probably head up to North Augusta or Augusta. Hit up. Probably need to run by Costco. There's an Asian market I want to hit. Try and get some curry powder, some curry mix, some spices. Maybe hit up Aldi for a couple of things that I can only get there. Come back. I don't know. Maybe hang out on the Discord later tonight. We'll do something on Discord later tonight for sure. Yeah, there's one up in Augusta that's not bad. It's just kind of a pain in the ass to get there. I think technically it's in Martinez, but y'all don't know the difference of that. All right. Let's do split leg seated. Do that. Oh. I need to widen it a bit. There we go. Come on. Oh God, that is super stiff. That's all my leg muscles from yesterday just really sore. Is it quads?
down, do a couple push-ups. Not too many, maybe just 10 or 15. See how my shoulder's feeling. Probably loosen up the upper body after this. Yeah, I'm pretty sore. I think I'm gonna pass on doing any more of those. Lean back, look is hot, not gonna lie. Well, glad you like it. Oh, stretch out. Ooh, okay. Yep, triceps just locked up there. Ah. Ah. Oh, I can feel them cramping a little bit whenever I do that. This. You see that line right there? It's cramping. Ooh. All right, and oh, yep, there it is. Ah, it's cramping both like down here on this side of the tricep and this sort of band of muscle between my two fingers here. Bulldogs, 1992, welcome on in. I forget, I think I've seen you in here before. Are you UGA or Mississippi State or Fresno State? Stretch out the chest. Can I get on your back? Huh? Maybe? I mean, I don't know. It depends on how heavy you are, I guess. Hey, Fryer, good to see you. Oh. Let's stretch out the triceps one more time. Ooh, that actually feels pretty good on my shoulder, too. People a mess indeed. So we're gonna have to do some shoulder circles too. I can feel that. It's just tightness in the shoulders. That's a strange thing to ask. Fist bump. There you go. So let's talk about a few other things in here. Ryan Swift-Willow, good to see you. Do jumping jacks? No. You redeem points, you can make me do that, but I'm not just gonna, come on. At least ask nicely. Thanks for the sub. I appreciate that very much, Christopher. Thank you very much. Stretch out the back muscles. Ooh, I can feel that. That feels good. Thank you very much for the follow. You followed and you subscribed on the same day. Thank you very much. Christopher is here. BullMuscle, how tall am I? I am 6'3". That is 190-ish centimeters. Bamazani says, could not be a streamer. My inherent thought when someone asks you to do something like that is tell them to fuck off. Nah, there's no malicious intent. Do jumping jacks, please. Better, but what's up, bro? Good to see ya. Y'all, remember, I don't want to get kicked off of Twitch, so I gotta be careful, okay? That's all I'm gonna say about that. As far as what's the weight at? My body weight, I weighed in today at 209, I think. Yesterday was my official weigh-in. I do my official weigh-ins on Friday mornings. Today is Saturday, so yeah, yesterday morning was 207.6 pounds. I want to say that is 90. Let me get you an exact number real quick. 207.6. 94.16 kilograms. God's blankie. Oh, I got something in my eye. There we go. Much better. Sorry about that. Yeah, so 94 kilograms. 190 centimeters. It's 207, 208 pounds. 6'3". I am right now. I'll talk a little bit about sort of the cut. So I was at the peak of my bulk in late February at about 225, 226 pounds. It's like 100 kilos. I've been cutting down fairly far. Yeah, me doing jumping jacks and gym shorts is yeah. I can't do that on Twitch, but I may end up doing that later on Discord. So if you're into that sort of stuff, go check out my Discord. All right, I can afford to be a little bit more risk. I can afford to take a bit more risk there. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. All right. Again, you got to play the game with Twitch. So I'm just trying not to get kicked off of the platform. Thank you very much. Okay. Let's see. You know what? Stretch out the forearms a little bit. So easy there, Bama. And the one rule of chat is don't say shit that will get me kicked off of Twitch. Real simple. Oh, that feels pretty good. We just need to work this out. As far as the cut is concerned, we're more or less done the cut. I'm on maintenance for now. I'd like to get down to 205 pounds. It's like maybe 1 more kilo off. But yeah, no, by all means, check out the Discord. It's not, okay. So the Discord actually has a ton of really good information. Like if you want to look like this up top, you want to get, you know, a nice pair of pecs, right, that you can bounce like this. If you want to get, you know, bulging traps, you want to get defined abs. If you want to get, you know, halfway decent, I'd like to think lats, right? It's got a ton of really good advice, so I recommend that. I'm just having a high testo today. No, it happens. I understand. It happens. For sure. Can't let the horny boil over in chat is basically all I'm trying to say. Anyway. But no, the Discord's got tons of really good advice. I spend a lot of time on there just hanging out with you guys because it's fun. I enjoy that. It makes me happy to chill with you guys, you know? So, anyway. Thank you for saying that. I didn't want me joining. Yeah, no, my Discord's got a ton of really great stuff on it. It's, you know, I can obviously, there's, you know, okay, the Discord is, you know, it's an 18 plus kind of place, but there's still loads of really good information on it. I've got, like I was saying earlier, I've got a protein cost comparator that tells you what is, you know, you can use it to calculate what is the most protein dense foods for your dollar, stuff like that. Pug Max, thank you very much. Joining for the fitness and not the jumping jacks. Hey, appreciate it. Excuse me, appreciate it. Yeah, there's loads of diet tips in there. I've got my workouts posted, so if you want to do my workouts, that's a really easy way to do it. Thank you very much for the follow, Pug. We are slowly but surely crawling to 1,600. I also have polls in there, so if you guys like want to give me stuff to do on Twitch, you want to see the channel change, evolve, grow, you can influence that. You have a place to vote and make your voice heard, and I listen to feedback. The problem is I just don't get very much of it, and I don't get people voting on ideas, which means I have no sample size to determine what the people who are watching actually want. So let me just go ahead and put this down here. Sorry. What am I? Need to put my trash bag in the trash bin there. Oh, God. Oh, this actually feels pretty. I'm going to stretch out my shoulder this way. I'm also, we also talk about financial advice, financial independence here, right, in that corner. It says financially independent, I'm free 655 days. Morning, Phoenix. And that is no mistake. I will be able to retire before I turn 30 years old. If you guys want to ask about that, this is the time to be asking me. I can absolutely talk about that. How am I doing? I'm doing great, dude. Look at the numbers in here. Got a ton of people in, and I'm very appreciative of that. There will be some benefits in the Discord later, I'll put it that way. Some good stuff. Something deep in my right shoulder. What I really need to go and do is get a massage. Honestly, I think that's what I need. But I don't know any decent massage places around here, so I have to go look. But yeah, as far as hey, Acro, I already gave you a shout out earlier. I will happily give you another one. How's the partner push going? Yo, y'all, go give Acro a follow right frickin' now. I was talking about this earlier, but I'll say it again. Acro here is I would say the best about spreading the love, really being for the community, and he's pushing for Twitch partner right now. I can think of no one who deserves it more, so I'm really hoping he gets it. I think he is. But yeah, definitely go give him some love, y'all. Whenever he shows up, I try to post his channel on my Discord, so that way you guys can follow him. How many more streams do you got left to hit it? I think the last time I checked you were at what, 13, 14? There you got to get 18. But if it's going well, that's a good sign. This is the one I feel it the most at. If I just hold it here, I feel in my right shoulder, kind of deep in there, like kind of like directly under the bone, if I can say it that way. I have the best masseuse ever. It's torture doing it, but feels incredible after. That's nice, man. I wish I knew somewhere. 6 more streams. We're close to the average we need. Okay, so you got a few more. All right, I thought you were only at like 3 or 4 more, but yeah, y'all go give Acro all the love. Dude's an amazing brother. He's got a fantastic family. He's got really good information. I mean, if you think I am in good shape, frankly, Acro outclasses me, I think. Dude's done like bodybuilding shows and shit. I have all the respect in the world for the guy. So please go give him a follow. Support him on his push for partner. If he gets partner, the rest of the community will benefit, because that's just the kind of guy he is. And frankly, again, I've seen a fair amount of content on Twitch, and I don't think there's anybody who deserves it more. So there you go. There's my full-scale endorsement of his partner push. Please go give him some love, y'all. That seems a fair thing to do. But yeah, Acro, we're chilling out here. Did a push day. It is very hot and humid out. We're having trouble right now. I'm having trouble trying to figure out. Really, I can't go on a bulk yet. I'm kind of ending my cut. I'd like to lose like just 1 or 2 more pounds. I'd like to get just a touch more definition in the lower abs, and then in and around like obliques, serratus, the general on the sides area, a little bit more on the lats. You've been helping me out with that a lot. I've been doing those single arm cable pull downs. It was a really good option. I think the last time I did pull day was Wednesday, and when I did afterwards, I noticed I had a pretty good pump in my lats, so clearly I was doing something right. Like I lat spread, I could see him way more than I normally can. Zorobotic, thank you very much for the follow. I do appreciate it. Appreciate it immensely. Thank you very much. Hazal, good to see you. Welcome on in. So as far as the whole financial independence deal, how am I doing? I'm doing great. We finished our push day. I did all right. I repped 300 for 4 reps, 265 for I think a set of 8 and a set of 6. Yeah, which isn't great, but considering I only finished my cut recently, and I'm still sort of, I'd like to call it, I'm on a very very shallow cut. Like I'd like to lose maybe just 3-ish more pounds of body fat, and that'd be perfect. But as far as I'm concerned, I'm kind of on maintenance right now from here through probably October at the earliest. And hell, I might actually end up going to Puerto Rico in November. So, well, that may change things as far as when I want to. Because if I'm going to go down to the beach, right, it is a little bit of vanity. I like having visible abs for the beach. Making me feel things. Huffle, good to see you. Hanging in the bullpen. I like that. Yeah, welcome to the bullpen, y'all. That's a Friar Wolf. I'm gonna use that. That's good. I like that. Thank you.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah, welcome to the bullpen. Okay, so as far as the financial independence stuff, I'll give you guys an update on that as well. I am over 75% of the way there, and it's looking very good that I will hit it on time in early 2025. It may well be that I'm able to hit financial independence even faster than expected. A lot's going to ride on how the stock market goes over the next few years. If the stock market crashes right beforehand, well, there's not much I can do about that, and it may mean I have to work a bit longer, but you know, if the stock market continues to rise as it has been, and holy moly, it has been on fire the last month or two, in a good way, you know, I may be able to retire earlier. So Hazal says, question, how much should a person make per year to be considered financially stable? I don't think that's the right question to ask. I think the right question to ask is, how much are you earning as a proportion of what you're spending? And what do I mean by that? Well, if you're spending only $20,000 a year and you're making $40,000 a year, you're doing all right. You're saving a good amount of money, and you're living below your means. If you are making $50,000 or $60,000 a year, but you're spending $60,000 a year, you're living paycheck to paycheck. That's not what I would consider stable. So for me, instead of talking about or at raw numbers how much one makes, it's better to express that as a proportion of a percentage of what you save. So in general, for me, I would say financially stable is what I would define as can weather several emergencies and still come out okay without having to rely on external help. So for me, financially stable would mean you have at least 1 year's worth of expenses saved or invested, and then a savings rate of at least 20%. That's what I would call financially stable. What is financially independent? Financially independent is what I'm aiming for. Financial independence is achieved when you have enough money invested that you can withdraw passively using a safe withdrawal rate to cover all of your expenses. Allow me to elaborate. Let's say you make $100,000 a year. I'm not saying most people do. I'm just using 100,000 because it's a big round number and round numbers are easy. Christopher, thank you for gifting Friar Wolf a sub. That's very kind of you. I appreciate that. Yeah, interest rates are a little high at the moment. They have been historically quite a bit higher though. All you got to do is go back to the 1970s to see what high interest rates really look like. But regarding financial independence, so let's say you make $100,000 a year and you are able to save $50,000 a year, right? This means you're spending $50,000, you're saving $50,000. So for every dollar you spend, you're also saving $1. Well, what does that mean? Ignoring interest and investment returns for just a moment, that means if you work 1 year at 100 grand a year, you save 50, you spend 50, right? Or maybe more accurately, you're taxed on 20, you spend 40, you save 40. Whatever. It's the savings rate, the percentage that matters, right? That means for every year you work, you can use the money you've saved up to not work a year. All right? So now let's do the same thing. You save 66 and you spend 33. Now for every year you work, you can not work for 2 years, right? 70, and that's a 66% savings rate, and so on for 75% 3 years, for 80% 4 years, and yada yada yada. Now this is all assuming though that you're not getting any returns on the money you're saving, which if you're investing it with any sense of sanity is not necessarily true. You will get investment returns. I'm what's called a boglehead. I believe generally that unless you really know what you're doing and you've been studying the markets for years on end, you're better off sticking with broad-based index funds, things like Vanguard VTI, SPY, VXUS is one I like as a international diversifier. And historically, since the late 1800s, this has returned about 7% after inflation. So what does that mean? Well, what it means is that using the rule of 72, you'll see your money roughly double in real terms about every 10 years. I will happily share that acro. So I'm an STHD tard. Oh boy. So where do I go with this? Well, it means, in theory, right, you could withdraw 7% every year, and the S&P would, the increase in value of the S&P over time would cover that. Well, you get something called sequence of returns risk, which means you have to be a bit more conservative than that. I'm very conservative with what I want my withdrawal rate to be. The Trinity survey has been done in the past, Trinity study, and it references 4% as a relatively safe withdrawal return. I prefer 3.3% because I want my money to grow over time, not just support me. Because that way, if for whatever reason my expenses need to increase, I can tolerate that in the future. So, just join Bull's Discord. Thank you very much, Christopher. I appreciate that. So, Acro asks, what's your goal for portfolio value to be independent? If you care to share, and what's your plan for inflation over time, part-time job, whatever? I have a plan, but it's mostly for investments and 10-year pull from pots. Okay, this is a great question. So, portfolio value for me is $500,000. You're going to say to yourself, wait a minute, that's not a lot of money. And you might argue that. My withdrawal rate is roughly 3.3%. So, what is 3.3% of 500,000? That is roughly $16,500 a year. That's not a lot of money. And I will admit as much, it is not a lot of money. However, okay, I don't spend a lot of money. That's the great part about living here in rural South Carolina. My costs of living are right now about $18,000 a year, and I'm still refining and tweaking things, right? A lot of those excess expenses are gym additions that I'm adding. Not to mention, this is just from investment returns. This is assuming I make nothing from Twitch, which is, I don't make a lot from this channel because I don't really I run the minimum amount of ads, but I get subs every so often. I will get, tips and donations, and I never expect them, but they do happen. So that's a little safety margin. My plans don't include Social Security, which I have worked now for several years, which means I've got some amount of Social Security credits. I am assuming I will never see a dime from Social Security in my life. That's another factor. That's another margin of safety. I'm assuming, right, that I will never work another part-time job, or I will never find any other sources of income to supplement. I'm assuming that my roommate will not continue to rent from me here, which is, I would call that a form of reduced expenses, really. It's splitting a mortgage. And I'm also assuming, right, that I'm not counting equity in my house, right? Eventually this house will be paid off. And when it is, from a cash flow perspective, that's a huge change in how much money is exiting my account every month. The big hesitation to run that lean is healthcare costs is a huge unknown. Farm DPRH, or DRPH, you are correct on that. However, there are some things you can do for this. First off, that's real lean. I live in rural South Carolina, man. There are some benefits to living out here in the sticks. I live like a king on that much now, and it's terrific, honestly. And what I may end up doing is, if I find that that's too lean, I can work from I can do a part-time job with my employer probably, or I can, again, I'm an engineering major, so, I'm an engineer right now, so I can probably find consultancy work. Even if I do that just 5-10 hours a week, all of a sudden, I more or less doubled my income at minimum. So, get a mortgage or rent, it really depends on your location there, Firewolf. Invest roughly half my income, that's pretty good. The other is tax and goes to rent, that's good. Bought land and will build my small house this year, that's a good start. I'll get to health insurance. As far as in-demand careers, not much risk in quitting for a while, that's true, right? Again, not only am I an engineer, but I'm an engineer in the nuclear industry, which means it is a lot harder to replace someone like me, which means what I may end up doing, I may take a sabbatical. What I may end up doing, I may, again, switch to part-time. I may, it really depends. My minimum yearly nut is 75. Oh my God. But as far as health insurance is concerned, so yes, this one is the big problem in the United States. Now, you can argue the ethics of this if you'd like, and that's your prerogative. But what I won't do is base my decisions around fear of health insurance.
What I have done for the last several years is put a lot of money into my HSA. And my healthcare plan at present is more or less don't get sick. What does that mean? Well, what it means is I've got about $20,000 saved up in an HSA account. Why does that matter? Well, you can get a high deductible healthcare plan for a reasonable amount of money, right? And that will have a maximum out of pocket of between $5,000 and $10,000 a year. So if I've got $20,000 saved, I'm continuing to shovel money into this, right? Let's say 25, 30,000 by the time I'm retiring in 2025. Okay, that means if I have 3 really bad years in a row of really bad health, then my health funds will be extinguished and I'll probably have to go back to work to get health care. But let's ask ourselves for a moment, really, how likely is it that I'm going to have 3 really bad healthcare years in a row? That doesn't seem very likely to me. It could be different. And the other thing, if I really wanted to do, that I could do is access the public healthcare markets using, the fact that I'm not going to have a ton of income showing when I go financially independent and get subsidized healthcare. That's somewhat unethical, so I'm probably not going to do that because that feels like dependency. Of course, I don't want to continue working just to pay more money to health insurance companies, so you can argue the ethics about that. I don't really care. That's not something I probably will do anyway. How long do I expect to live? Well, see, the good part about having a 3.3% withdrawal rate, and assuming, again, this is assuming I make no money out of any side hobbies I do, which is frankly rather unlikely, is that my actual capital should grow over time instead of stay the same or even decline, as long as sequence of return risk doesn't hit me. And again, if the stock market goes tits up right before I retire, I'll just keep working for a year or two. It sucks, but what are you going to do? You can't control that, so don't worry about it. More to the point, and it's still pretty impressive, right? If I end up retiring at 31 or 32 because of a stock market crash when I turn 30, it's still a pretty impressive feat to be able to do that. So, who cares that much? Would you be in favor of paying more tax for healthcare for people who can't afford it? With a caveat. This is the universal healthcare argument. I'm currently not in favor of universal healthcare for the United States because we as a nation are extremely unhealthy. Obesity rates, particularly where I live here in the deep south, are shocking. Whenever I go out and walk to, I went yesterday, I went out to my local little walking trail. I was the only one there. And it wasn't that bad. It was, it was warm, but it was like 91, 92 degrees. And if you live in a place like Texas where it's flat, brown, and 105 in the summer, that's one thing. But South Carolina is so pretty, there's no excuse for the obesity rate to be as high as it is here. People make poor healthcare decisions here, and to go with a more universal healthcare style or European style system without addressing that fact, without addressing the fact that we are far less healthy than the Europeans, or better still, the Japanese in that regard, means I would effectively, or the taxpayer would effectively be subsidizing people's poor healthcare decisions, and I can't support that. So, if you wanted to go with the universal healthcare, I would go for it. I would be open to the idea, provided we have some much higher taxes on junk food, and much higher taxes on soda pop, much higher taxes on fast food, ultra processed crap. You know what I'm talking about here. Things like fucking Twinkies and Oreos, right? Like if you go and get a box of Little Debbie's at the Dollar General for $2, right? That should be at least $3 or $4 to help pay for those healthcare costs. And if you're going to say, oh, that's oppressive, that's hurting the poor, really? They don't need Little Debbie's. I don't need Little Debbie's. Nobody fucking needs Little Debbie's. That's a luxury item. That is not, nobody's sustaining themselves by eating junk food like that. If you really need cheap, affordable carbs, cheap, affordable calories that are actually going to sustain you, do what the rest of the developing world does and eat rice and beans. I have done that in the past. I've had monthly grocery bills of $75 in the past. I'm not making that up. Now, with inflation, that'd probably be $100, $125 a day, but you get the point. Philosophical question. Do you feel like retiring early without a purpose aside from living an inexpensive life of general leisure is a problem for your own mentality and societal? This is also a really good question. And Acro, I could certainly argue that you have a point.
On the other hand, let's take a look at what I'm currently doing for my job. I work in the nuclear industry, and I certainly don't work on the nuclear power side. I work on the weapons side of nuclear industry. I can't really talk more about it, but ask yourself, is that really something that's good for humanity? Before you say, oh, it's necessary for national defense, go Google how many nuclear weapons we have, and is it really? Is it really? I'm not so sure. This is an Asperger's super genius chat room. I don't think I have ASD. I don't think I'm on the spectrum, but I'm just an engineer. So that's a really great philosophical question, though. And I've talked about this, but okay, let's go ahead and take that premise, right? Who's going to say that I'm just going to live a life of general leisure? I may well end up doing charity work. I may... Exactly. It's why you left. Well, so, right, I may continue doing... I may really, go harder into Twitch. If I do, if I end up making partner, maybe Twitch becomes enough of an income stream to where it doesn't matter. I feel like you, Acro, could understand this quite well. I think you seem to. I think you would get this more than just about anybody else. But you ever get that warm fuzzy feeling when you've given someone some advice and they come back to your channel and they say, "Hey, I did this, or I started eating a little bit better, or I did this exercise and it really worked, and I noticed the difference. Thank you very much." Like that, you feel like you inspired people. I feel like I'm doing that on Twitch. I'm pretty sure you do too. And while that's, whether or not I end up continuing doing Twitch in the future, I have no idea. But that's something that it's innately inspirational, and it makes me feel like I'm doing something good. Just as one example. And because I've got that base, that rock of financial independence, because my expenses are so low and I'll have enough saved up, means I can do this, and even if I don't make any money off of Twitch, it doesn't matter. It's something I can do just because I inherently enjoy it. Solid answer, though. It's why I challenge you. Absolutely. Yeah, you and I know it's not our purpose. Exactly. Yeah, see, this is the other reason I'm a huge fan of yours, Acro. You've been where I've been to a great degree, so you kind of understand where I'm coming from. The American government says, okay, sorry, we have no choice here. We have to raise the tax. Will you work longer? Okay, so this is where my inner philosophy regarding stoicism comes in through. I cannot control what taxes I am levied, unfortunately. I can vote, but that's something I do once every couple of years, and ultimately, one vote is not usually going to change an election. So I don't attempt to worry about that. I try not to worry about that which I cannot control. If my taxes go up to a point where it becomes harder for me to make the financial independence math work, then yes, I'll have to work longer. Right? So my goal is to retire before I turn 30. Not even retire, but become financially independent, to have the choice to be able to do that before I turn 30. If I don't get that, let's say I fail and miss the goal. Let's say there's a stock market crash, or taxes go up, or my expenses go up for some unexpected reason, be it healthcare, or be it, something blows up my roof. I don't fucking know. You figure it out. Some unexpected financial negative event occurs between now and the time I retire. Okay, so I'll work a little longer and I'll retire at 30 or 31 or 32. That's still really good. Like, it's not the end of the world if I don't immediately retire in May of 2025. It's really what I wanted more than anything else on this journey is the power to say, fuck you. If my boss pisses me off, my coworkers piss me off, if HR pisses me off, to say, I'm out, I'm done. I want that ability, because once you tell your management, hey, I have enough money to retire anytime I want, all of a sudden the power dynamic shifts. It's completely different. Management can't fuck with you anymore. Management knows that you will not take as much of their bullshit. That's what really, it changes things for me. You remind me of me a lot. It's like millionaire by 30. It won't be a millionaire for me, but my expenses, because I know you're out in California, right? So your expenses are a lot higher than mine. Whereas, again, here, my cost of living, I live like I'm going to have to try, and I'll probably end up making a pretty big donation to charity by Christmas to help this. I'm going to have to try to hit $20,000 a year spending. My savings rate is above 80% of my income right now. The same way about leverage you have over your decisions when you're FI. Exactly. That's the whole point. It's about freedom. I want the freedom to be able to do whatever I want. If I continue working, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just, I want that to be my choice. I don't want it to be something I am obligated to do. Right? It's the same reason I like doing Twitch. Right? I like doing Twitch because it's fun. It's something that's rewarding inherently to me. Right? And then it's like, it just makes me feel happy when I'm giving people good advice. They tell me it works. Or a lot of times, like Acro, you've come in, I've met you through Twitch, you've helped me, you've given me good advice. There's loads of gurus on my Discord and that come in here on my Twitch that give me great ideas for me to help work out. And I think the fact that I have to get up and do this, or not have to, but that I choose to get up and do this, makes me a lot more motivated to continue eating right, working out, and improving my own body. So it feels like it's a giant positive feedback loop, and I dig that. I'm intelligible too, just faking not understanding. Once you get your nut and you continue working, it's way easier. I got a crazy chill job because they know I don't need it, but they need me. To work as many hours as I want from home, and it's like I retired to hang with my brother, which, by the way, is something I have a ton of respect for. The way you take care of your fam. That is really honorable. It's something that, it's one of many reasons I have a shit ton of respect for you, Acro. Exactly. But yeah, once that's the point. Once you get, once you achieve the position of fuck you, life just gets better. There's a scene from, what is it? There's a scene from The Gambler, I think, where it's John Goodman talking about achieving the position of fuck you. And that's really that's what financial independent really means. The power to say, fuck this, I'm done. Just because I have that power doesn't necessarily mean I will exercise that power. But having that power makes it's like a life enhancer, basically. It makes it to, it puts all the responsibility on you too, in the sense of if you're not happy doing what you're doing, you can fix that. It's your choice. So that's the other thing. Do I have any clearances? Yes. I can't really talk about what, but again, I work out in a nuclear site. Can't really say what I do beyond that, but yes, I do cleared work. As for, so again, if you guys want to know what I make, if you guys want to know what I spend, I'm very happy to talk about those numbers with you. It's just not something I don't try to flex with that. That's why I never say it unless I'm prompted to. It's just a rule of mine. But I originally started out, from college I was making decent money out of college. It was actually, and I think I still probably do make less than the average A&M mechanical engineering grad with the amount of experience that I do. If you lost your job tomorrow, where does that leave you in your plan? Well, at 75% of the way to financial independence, it means that I could absolutely, take several years before needing to get another job. In other words, if I lost my job tomorrow, first off, I won't, because I do a good job and my employer needs me. But if I did lose my job tomorrow, I've got a huge cushion. Like right now at 75%, that means I've got 15 to 20 years of living expenses built up. I think at 3.3%, basically you've got 30 years of living expenses invested. So I'm not quite at that level, but it's still a lot of money, which means I don't have to immediately scramble and find new work. I could try, I'll be honest, if I lost my job tomorrow, I'd probably go full power into Twitch and see if I couldn't do this full time to bridge the gap between my current state and financial independence. And that's more just because I've really enjoyed this. And I kind of go out of my way not to monetize my streams. I could lean into that. Like, I could have sponsors. I could have ads. I try not to have those things because that's not why I do my streams at present. But if I had to, I mean, y'all would probably understand that if that situation were to occur, you'd probably understand why. So that's sort of where I would go regarding that. That's a great question though, and that's sort of why I'm a huge fan and a huge proponent of the FIRE movement, right? If you shoot for being financially independent or retiring at a certain date, and for whatever reason events occur that you don't get there, even if you've only gotten a part of the way there, you're way more financially stable than if you continued consuming the way the average American does and you didn't save anything. And yes, I'm criticizing the average American here. The average American saves 6% of their income on average. That's goddamn pathetic, frankly. It's really embarrassing. And yes, there are people who genuinely live paycheck to paycheck because they don't have better options. They either work a very low income job or they live in a very high cost of living area. However, there are a lot of Americans who just piss away their money on stupid crap. The F-150 is the most popular vehicle in the United States right now. It gets 20 miles to the gallon if you're babying the throttle. Don't fucking sit here and tell me that all the people who buy that big stupid truck need that big stupid truck. And a lot of people finance it for 6, 7, 8-year terms at 7 to 10% interest. That is insanity. That is such a bad use of your money. Why would you do that? Another example is house hacking, right? I have this wonderful little house. It was built in the 50s. It's on just under half an acre, and I got grapevines growing in the back, and that's another thing I could do. I could start making wine if I felt like it. Actually, I do make wine, but I could start selling wine. Anyway, as far as, you know, I could afford this house alone and have no problem with it. And instead, I've given my roommate here, who is also on Twitch, by the way, I'll give her a shout out. She does tarot reading, fortune telling, and stuff like that. But my roommate was looking for work, and we ended up making a good arrangement. She gets cheap rent, I get money off of my mortgage, and it works both, right? Would you buy land and grow food to save money after a few years, sell it off for when you want to go financially independent? No. While you can grow just about anything in South Carolina, the soil is extremely fertile here. The prices for goods in the store for food have never really been lower relative to people's incomes, and it's the amount of effort you have to put in to grow your own food is not worth whatever money you would save. And that's assuming you actually do save money, because prices of seeds are expensive, fertilizer is expensive, and then crops can fail. I expect a tarot reading for the follow. You go talk to my roommate about that. That's not within the locus of my control here, buddy. I'm so in love with your chest. You're not the only one. I've seen the viewer count's been amazing today, so I'm just gonna bum 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 bum. There you go. I'm in love with my truck, man. It's my livelihood. Don't persecute me. I'm assuming you're shitposting there, but if you really are, again, okay, if you really want a truck, if that's something that just makes you happy, intrinsically makes you happy, I am questioning that, but you know, it's like, you know, having a Corvette or whatever. But if that's what you want to do, you have to acknowledge that is a choice you are making to spend your money inefficiently. And if you're okay with that, saying I'm willing to lower my savings rate, willing to lower my ability to acquire freedom because I want this big truck, then hey, you've made a rational decision, and well, maybe not a rational decision, but you've made a conscious decision, and you are okay with, you've accepted the consequences. Me, I don't want that. I want to keep my costs of, you know, transport very low. The 3 biggest expenses in your life are expensive housing, expensive transport, and expensive partners, right? So housing, I found a house in a rural town in South Carolina. It's very affordable. I got it, was able to put 20% down for a down payment because it wasn't overly expensive. It wasn't more house than I needed. And I've got a roommate. It keeps housing costs low. Transportation, I have, you know, I have a 6-year-old Chevrolet Volt. It's a great little car. I get 50 miles on the battery, and then I've got a little 4-cylinder engine that gets me wherever I need to go. Is it going to blow doors off? No, but like it goes from 0 to 60 in 8 seconds, which is enough. It's adequate. It's roomy, it's quiet, and I like the way it looks. It's also American made, which is uncommon these days. Your neighbor, thank you very much for the follow, and Tony Caleb, thank you very much for the follow. Partners, yes. I used to say expensive women, but I needed to update that for the 21st century. So, you know, partners is in also because I've come out. So, you know, that can be boyfriends, girlfriends, whatever. You know what I mean? Significant others is, I guess, the words I should use. But if you date someone who is a spendthrift, they may have that negative effect of making you spend more money than you otherwise would want to. That's not ideal. Kind of reminds me of the show Doomsday Preppers. I'm not a prepper, right? Because again, if let's say Armageddon occurs, right? Some sort of nuclear Armageddon, or the zombie apocalypse, or any other stupid scenario like that that's extremely unlikely to happen, I can't control that happening, right? So I feel like the best way for me to prep is to keep myself in really good physical shape, because then I can be useful to someone else. In the event that that occurs, I can provide labor. My wife, mega spender, well, but I will say, if your wife is bringing in enough income to where she's also saving lots of money, hey, no problem. But for me, because I live a very lean, right, my financial independence trade-off, I make decent money. You know, for an engineer, I make an engineer's salary, which is good, but I'm not out here making $300,000 a year. No. But my secret sauce is that I have gotten my expenses very low. Again, I mean, hell, $18,000 a year, which is about, I'm guessing I'm going to be between $18,000 and $20,000 a year, depending on how much I spend on charity in the end of the year. That's pretty close to the federal poverty line. I don't feel like I live in poverty. I eat whatever I want. I mean, I eat enough to where my body looks like this, so clearly I'm doing something right. I go out to eat every so often. You know, I've got a wonderful car, I've got a great house, I've got weights, I've got everything I feel like I really need. I had to bail her out of tax and credit card debt. Yikes. Well, you must really love her then. Respect. But she's way better now. Good. Good. That is absolutely, yeah. That is, so if you have a significant other and you really love them, y'all have to find common ground. It doesn't have to be, she doesn't have to, if it's your wife, right? She doesn't have to adopt every single habit you have, but she has to adopt financial sanity for the relationship to work. And if you have loads of credit card debt, which is usually at a really high interest level, 25, 30% a year, that's the financial equivalent to being swarmed by a hive of yellow jackets. You need to fix that immediately or it's going to be very painful. Love is a far more dangerous motive than hate. Sometimes. Hate can be quite dangerous too. Can't prep for anything, just kept some extra toilet paper. Actually, it's funny you mentioned that. I bought and installed a bidet yesterday, so instead of having more toilet paper, I'm going with the route of needing to use less, which is much better. It's good for the environment too. Debt-free feels so fucking good. So I do have some debt in the form of this mortgage, but it's at an interest rate of 2.375%. Any of y'all who follow inflation readings, even though they've come way down, and credit to the Federal Reserve for being courageous enough to raise interest rate and make that happen, my interest rate is still below inflation. My interest rate on this house is 2.375%. So I'm more or less getting paid to borrow money as long as inflation is above that number, and it's gonna be above that number for a little while longer. Liminal, yes, I need more water to run a bidet, but it's not a lot, right? Think about how much water a gallon is, right? So this is a gallon. The cost of a gallon of water is a fraction of a penny right now here in South Carolina. You can get probably several weeks worth of bidet usage out of 1 gallon of water. Compare that to toilet paper, right? You're saving money with a bidet. You are. I did the math on that. You pay $19,800 a year in rent. Ouch. This is a bit of accounting trickery, but it depends on how you value it. Think about the zombie apocalypse or something. Don't, is my advice to you there. So my mortgage is between $800 and $900 a month, and that counts everything. That's principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. The vast majority of that, over $500 a month, is equity. It's principal. When you combine that with what my roommate pays in rent, technically, if you want to consider equity a form of savings, I have negative housing costs. That's a neat little trick. I don't think many people have that, but yeah, just saying. And you guys can have that too. There are plenty of houses in my little southern town for sale that are almost all of them are selling for under $150,000. What's your comparison in life? What makes you not spend money on this or that in order to save for this? Do I need it? Would it make me happier? No. I rent as well. I take the trade-off in the convenience. I'm at 5 minutes from work and I don't have to worry about shit. Come fix it. That is true. If shit breaks, I have to fix it. My roommate doesn't have to pay for that. She pays a flat rent. Part of her rent, right, goes to a little maintenance fund that I have in case shit breaks or improvements I want to make. She didn't pay for the bidet. I did because I wanted it. Although, gosh,
Yes?
how do you like the bidet?
I quite like it. It makes me feel so fancy.
It is fancy. It makes me feel European, which is somewhat fancy. Big city living indeed. The other cool thing is, here in the rural South too, like I don't have to worry about crime. Crime rates are really low here. I know all my neighbors. We understand each other. We borrow each other's tools instead of going and buying them. If we have extra food, instead of wasting it, we'll give it to our neighbors. A lot of times what I will do is I will go over, right, my neighbors, I've got neighbors who are a little bit older. This town's got a little bit of an older population, so a lot of the times they need yard work or something done that requires heavy lifting. So I'll go over there. For instance, one was my neighbors have a pretty big garden, and so they needed fertilizer moved, which is just bags of chicken shit basically. And they're like, hey, can you come help us move this off the trailer? I move the trailer around. I'm like, sure thing. I go over, I do that. Well, a week later, they come by and they're like, hey, we got a bunch of fresh fruit. Would you like some? I'm like, absolutely, right? That's not working to me. That's just being a good neighbor and doing nice things and being a good human being. And I don't expect that. I don't expect the fresh fruit, but it's just something that happens when you're friendly to your neighbors. You don't have a what if, or is that covered by the stoicism? What do you mean what if? Usually cow shit. They seem to like chicken shit, and they're the neighbors who grow a lot of stuff here, they're old deadheads, so like they've got green thumbs, man. They've been growing shit since the 60s. Some of the shit they grow I can't have, but you get the idea. Live in Boston, my rent is arguably pretty cheap. Oh, dude, if you're 20,000, so let's see, 19,800 over 12, that's $1,650 a month for Boston. That's not bad. Speaking of, I will be in Boston at the end of this month. I'm going up there for a work-related training. I'll be visiting Harvard and MIT. I'm really excited actually because I've got a relative who lives up in Massachusetts, so I'll get to see her. And I've never been to New England, so this will be my first trip up to New England, and I feel like I'm going at the ideal time of the year. What if I go into poverty? What if this guy becomes president? Okay. What if I go into poverty? Define poverty. What? I already have enough saved up to where I've got years and years and years of savings that I can live off of if I need to. So, job done there. What if this guy becomes president? Okay, we already went through 4 years of Trump. How much worse could things get? We went through 8 years of Bush, for God's sake, who is, I would argue, worse than Trump. I can't control who becomes president, so I try not to worry about it too much, apart from casting my vote. Chris Stoof says, thanks for the first time chat. The Dextero article that claims accusations of fake weights from previous videos? What the hell are you talking about? I haven't even heard of that. It sounds like you're advertising for Dextero or whoever. Send that to me on my Discord. I'm curious to what you're talking about. If you want to come and visit my place and see that the weights I use are real and use a scale, I mean, hell, I can go get my scale and show you that it's legit, but like, if you think I'm faking this, right? Okay, fine. How did I get this then? Right, do you think this is like, it's not like the SpongeBob episode where it's just an inflatable suit I'm wearing. This is who I am, right? Right? Like, I can do that. We have term limits, 3 equal branches of government. I mean, there are things our government does that worry me. Deficit spending is unsustainable right now. We need to correct that. But the American system still works really damn well. In general, our economy's still growing. We're going to be all right. So, Christoph, I have no idea what you're talking about. But if you wouldn't mind, here, go to my Discord. Post it in there. I want to see what you're talking about. So, I'm kind of laughing at that. I'm frankly kind of flattered. I'm not a huge Twitch streamer. Like, the fact that I'm getting 60 viewers now that the last few days is like way higher than my normal or historical average. I'm kind of shocked that someone would bother picking on a small fish like me in that regard. Why wouldn't they go for someone bigger? But that sounds like their problem. Yeah, shit, we've been hitting really good viewer numbers. I wanted that mixed up in this, bro. Well, okay, dude, Christoph, you're the one who came in and with a first-time chat brought this article, this so-called article, to my attention. I mean, if you're gonna do that, go to my Discord and post it, or send it to me via Whisper. How about that? If you can send it to me via Twitch Whisper, I can check it out. But, you know, welcome to the chat, by the way. You know, hope you stick around. I'm not trying to accuse you or be negative towards you or anything. It's just, this is the first time I've heard of it as well. I need to get a little bit of water, though. I am quite thirsty. Give me 1 second. So, there's an old Frank Zappa song that I'm a fan of to help with this. It's called Packer Goose, and there's a line in it that goes, and I'm not going to sing it for you because I am not very good at singing. If you're in the audience and like what we do, da 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 da, well, we want you to know that we like you all too. But as for the sucker who will write a review, if his mind is prehensile, he'll put down his pencil and have himself a squat on the cosmic utensil. If people want to sling negative shit at me, that sounds like they're just hating, and that's fine. Hey, you got the right to do it. It's a free country. You can speak whatever you want, but I don't give a shit. Look, if you want to believe that this is somehow fake, that sounds like it's your problem, not mine. But Christoph, I don't believe that's, you know, if you're saying you're the messenger, I believe you, man. Welcome to the chat. Stick around. Hopefully you don't believe that, but yeah. Okay, so Allie said make me do an abs set. Oh, we already did abs, but rules is rules. Put the towel down so that way I'm not making farting noises with my hot and sweaty back. Oh, God. Let's do lower abs today. I'm gonna do ab raises. Shoot, I need to do this in such a way that... Hang on. I'm gonna move the book down here so that way it's not blocking the view. Strong like bull, that's right. Oh. Ah, Chris, you're doing fine. Also, Fryer, don't threaten Chris, he's new. Alright. But yeah. No, I don't, if people want to hate, that's their problem. They have the right to do it, it's a free country, but I'm just kind of surprised that someone would bother to do that, frankly. I'm just not very big of a Twitch streamer. I have 1,500 odd fans, or followers. Like, that's not very many. Like, it'd be a whole lot more profitable to find and attack someone bigger, if that's what they're trying to do. All right, abs. Here we go. So these are leg raises. The idea here is we're curling using our lower abs. I'm sliding off. Much better. There we go. 26, 27, 30. Oh my god, my triceps are locking up. 35. Oh, come on. 25 to go. Oh man, I'm sore. Oh, come on. 40. 46. 50. 55. Oh, 60. Holy moly. Oh man, my abs are killing me. And a stupid name, dude. Just chill. Firewolf, easy now. Did you check what I suggested on throwing? I think one plushie is okay if it's a bull, right? Okay. Lifting hollow plates stepped into cryotherapy building and said, "Give me the Captain America." Yes, something like that. All right, actually, my wonderful roommate Dodger actually did gift me a plushie a few years ago. I suppose I'll show it off.
Yeah, go right ahead. Go get them.
Yeah, I'll go get him. Actually, Dodge, are you streaming tonight?
Yes, I am streaming tonight.
You can go tell the audience if you want. Or don't, that's cool too.
I'll tell them later.
Alright. This here is a plushie that my roommate gave me. This is Ferdinand the Bull. This is kind of actually a little bit of the inspiration behind BullMuscle. But yeah, it's you're a closet plushie lover. Shit, you need to follow Dodge if you like plushies. She's got like dozens of them. Honestly, they are everywhere. But yeah, this black Spanish fighting bull. He's cute. Say hi to the crowd there. But yeah, this is Ferdinand the Bull. And Ferdinand is really special because they're not making any more of them. Well, apparently so. But yeah, Allie, go give Dodger a follow if you like plushies. She will be more than happy to indulge your plushie desires on her channel. I have a bunch to donate to Goodwill. Yeah. That's true. I could be Captain America. It's funny. Before I got the mohawk and the mustache, people said I looked like Tom Brady. So I don't know. I did get Liminal. You got to go work out. Awesome. Awesome. You're already following her. Well, again, if you're ever
Pop by tonight.
yeah, hop by and I guess Dodger will show you some plushies. But maybe I should have Ferd show up in the back of Shot in the gym sometime. Maybe that's not a bad idea. Would y'all like that? I don't usually go for cutesy stuff like that, but this is pretty good. Yeah, it's oh my goodness. Need a little water. There we go. Hey, TD297, thank you for the follow. Yeah, I think you guys can kind of see sort of the resemblance there. And so there are a lot of reasons I ended up changing my name to BullMuscle. One of them is that I've always used Strong Like Bull as a sort of a motivator, a way to psych myself up in the gym. You heard it a few times today. A couple other reasons. I'm an optimist, especially when it comes to finances and investing. It's typically referred to as bullish, so I'm generally a stock market bull, as one example. Can you put Ferdinand in the gym area in the window, maybe? Yeah, absolutely, sure. I can do that. I'll do that in the future. It sounds like a plan. I'll have him show up on stream on camera a little bit more regularly. How about that? Yes, I'm also a Taurus. I don't believe in astrology, but that's just sort of a nice little coincidence that works out rather well. I kind of have the temperament of a bull in a little ways. Like most of the time I'm pretty chill. I'm just happy to sit, relax. But if you piss me off, I am going, like, I will, stay away from me. If you've pissed me off, like, leave me alone until I've gone and either lifted or broken something. You know, if I see red, just as an instance. So, I think that's just about everything. I'm a Virgo, I'm nothing like a virgin. Hey, that's okay. You know, that's more power to you. There are other reasons that I like the bull iconography for my chat. Can't talk about those on Twitch, but you can put 2 and 2 together there, people. Y'all aren't that stupid. Bulls also love bidets. Do they? Is that... I'm not sure how that works.
But you know they like getting hosed down when it's hot.
That's true. They do like getting hosed down when it's hot. Miss Shade, welcome on in. I think we are getting close to the end of the stream here. It's almost 1. I need to cook myself some lunch. I'm gonna cook up some ground chicken, some shredded cabbage, maybe throw a little soy sauce over it. I do like getting my hair brushed or rubbed or anything like that. So weird cows, no comment. I'm not gonna say anything there. But let's look for people to raid. I'm thinking it's about time. Ooh, we got Supa MT, we got W. Ramir, Jasu, and good old Supernatural. I think we haven't raided Supernatural in a hot minute. I think we're gonna go raid Supernatural Redder, y'all. I'm gonna give y'all just fun. I feel you, Friar. You doing good. Give y'all 30 more seconds to ask me any last questions you'd like. If not, you can go ahead and ask on my Discord channel. Type !Discord if you want to see it. If you like this stream and you want to support, I never expect it, but there you go. You can tip. And otherwise, I will be live again 9 a.m. tomorrow. It's going to be a rest day, so I'll play old school RuneScape. We'll just chill for a little bit. Yeah, check out the Discord if you like what I do. I'm on there a lot, so it's also where I go to poll my audience for changes to the channel, improvements, things of that nature. So be active there, you know, propose ideas, and I keep track of who does shit in the Discord, and I do have special VIP roles for that. Is tonight still on? Sure is. Pineapple on pizza, I don't care for it because I don't think pineapple mixes very well with cheese. So I'm not a fan. Is tonight still on? Yes. I will, more on that in the Discord. Anyway, we're gonna go raid Supernatural Writer, I think. Yeah, I will be live with Rest Day stream tomorrow. If a train is traveling at 80 miles an hour, what is the chef cooking? Well, if it's Amtrak, the chef is microwaving frozen stuff.
And that Amtrak pizza's pretty good.
Big or little spoon? Depends on what time of the year, because I radiate heat. In the summertime, neither. In the wintertime, it depends who I'm with. Actually, that's a good question. All right, so we're gonna raid Supernatural Writer. She is awesome. She does fitness Pomodoro technique. She's like real creative. I highly recommend checking her out, and stick with me for the raid because you get channel points that you can redeem to make me do all sorts of fun shit here. All right, so we're gonna raid. Oh, it needs to be a capital S, I think, because I think it is case sensitive. So the raid message, Bull Rush. All right. So thank you all very much for coming out. TD297, Tony Caleb, your neighbors, Robotic, Poognax, Audio, Christopher, Phil, Xanthias, Komodo Beats, Pup Killian, Zoran Ryu, Liminal, Enna, Nefswiz, Balence, Tamanor, GGR, Chef at Camp, Physico, Commando, thanks for the raid as well, Jack Vitae, Stiff, Grumkill, thank you all very much for the follows. As always, y'all, make good decisions. Those good decisions form your habits. Those habits form your values. Those values form an ethos that can be the guiding star through the rough waters of life. Come in for the hug. I'll see you at 9 a.m. tomorrow or tonight on the Discord. Ferdinand says bye.